Video reactions. What's up? Happy Saturday. Welcome to the Saturday Sit Down with Sanchez. We up in the building. When it comes to two of these people in the title, O'Shea and Tommy Sotomayor, I've had the pleasure of having a sit down with both of these guys more than once. And so I'm familiar with the history of both of these guys' YouTube career. And it's interesting to see how shit is playing out right now in these spaces. Now, back in the day, before there was a Fresh Fit, before there was a Kevin Samuels, there was a Sunday Rumble. And Sunday Rumble was kind of like, if you ask me, it's kind of like the early phases of this manosphere space where all of the big names kind of, it was a crossroads, including myself. But O'Shea never really clicked with Tommy. They got contradicting viewpoints. They kind of clash. Now, I rock with O'Shea. I don't got no problems with him. I don't have no problems with none of these guys. But I think it's interesting to speak and react on what's going on right now. And in fact, I'm going to be reacting to this whole situation. And it's been a lot of stuff leading up to this. When Myron from Fresh and Fit said that the Ku Klux Klan wasn't wrong about everything. He was praising the Klan. We know that Myron from Fresh and Fit, he say a lot of horrible things about black people, and he's not black. So him and Tariq Nasheed, you know, it's up and it's stuck because, you know, that's according to Tariq Nasheed, tether talk from a tether. You let him tell it. I'm gonna review this shit and weigh in and let y'all know how I feel about it all. So let's go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage from our brother O'Shea. And with this video, I'll let you know what's going on and shit, and I'll be able to give my commentary.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Music. So Fresh and Fit have not stopped their antics against African Americans. R hashtag ADOS, R hashtag FBA. For whatever reason, Myron from Fresh and Fit seems to have a big problem with black people. Now, this is very interesting because I talked about the fact that Kevin Samuels, who is an African American or would be considered hashtag FBA, was one of the first people to help Myron and Walter out to establish Fresh and Fit. Kevin Samuels blew them up. After his appearance on their podcast, they went to another level, a level that none of their white manosphere counterpart guys would have helped them reach. But people sometimes forget the nice things that you do for them. Instead, they start having hatred towards the people that they really want to be. And in the case of Myron, that anger and that disdain and that chagrin is toward our community. And that has caused Myron to be called out by certain people from the community, like Tariq Nasheed. Now, again, recently Myron just said this about black people.
It does not have to mean that.
You know what? Then how would you say it?
Because it's just a word that everybody says now.
Like, the Klan was right about a lot of shit, man.
Well, the what?
The Klan was right about a lot.
Ay. You by yourself on that one.
Hey, no, man. They're right about a lot.
Even Fresh said you by yourself on that one. Hey, look, when your right-hand man say, I ain't with you on that one, my nigga, you might want to take that shit back and think about what you're saying. It's not often that Fresh disagrees with Myron. It's not all. When Fresh said, oh, shit, nigga, you on your own with that one, Myron should have known that this is not good, son. Yo, this is crazy, man. I gotta hear that shit. Hey, I might sound bite that, or you on your own with that. I gotta sound bite that. That's crazy.
And that has caused Myron to be called out by certain people from the community, like Tariq Nasheed. Now, again, recently Myron just said this about black people.
It does not have to mean that.
You know what,
You're
man?
what? Then how would you say it?
Because it's just a word that everybody says now.
The Klan was right about a lot of man.
Well, the what?
The Klan was right about a lot.
What was they right about? You ain't gonna tell us? Just gonna say that?
All right, you by yourself on that
Hey,
one.
no, man. They're right about a lot, man. This talk is crazy, bro. This is wild, man.
The Klan didn't say nothing about a bunch of chicks talking. How you gonna, like, this ain't a Klan praise moment. You got a bunch of dummy, groupie, OnlyFans women on your show, and you want to use them as a reason to big up the Klan? This is foolish. This is foolish. If the Klan was so right about these kind of women, why are you promoting them and giving them a platform? You don't see the Klan doing this. If the Klan's so right, won't you start moving like them? Because we don't see them making a career out of interviewing OnlyFans models. If you stand against these kind of chicks, how you gonna convince me that that's true if you making your whole career around these kind of chicks? If they don't exist, you don't have a fucking cash cow. You're not gonna convince me, Myron, right, Fresh and Fit, that y'all don't like these kind of women. If these kind of women didn't exist, y'all wouldn't be successful. And we know that Fresh just got caught up going up in these OnlyFans models. Yeah, while he up there teaching niggas not to do that, he getting caught up with OnlyFans models. So we know you're not practicing what you preach. It's just a hustle, a money scheme. So this is crazy.
And like, what the? What is this? Period. All the degenerate terms, the butchering of the English language, it comes from black people, bro.
The butchering of the English language come from black people. You hear that? Now, Myron believes in the out of Africa theory. So Myron believes that black people came over on slave ships. I'm going to use Myron's own beliefs to show you how dumb he is. If the butchering of the English language come from black people, what language was we speaking when we came over? We had to learn English, right? If we came from Africa, right? If we came from Africa, we had to learn English. And guess who taught us English? Redneck country white man from the South, son. Yeah, boy. White men from the South who talk like this, boy. They the ones who taught the black niggas in the South how to speak English, boy. So blame our teachers, nigga. This man will not put his foot on the other culture for no reason. Like, what's wrong with you? I'm not even here to cake for neither one. I'm just saying, nigga. I'm just saying, nigga. I call myself doing a show early because I know everybody know I don't wake up too late. But when they see me live, they go to hit me up, and I just do not disturb. I'm at work. But check this out. So if you watching this shit, yes, you see I'm live. Why the fuck would you call? Now check this out, right? Here's my thing about this shit, right? Let me run this bean foot. Let me run this.
Of the English language, it comes from black people, bro.
The butchering of the English language come from black people. But what he believes is the out of Africa theory. And according to his own belief, black folks learned how to speak English from country white men in the South. We never say Elvis Presley butchered the English language, even though the man was country as hell. We only talk about butchering the English language when it's with black folks. It ain't never with redneck white people who butcher that shit just as much, who got their own slang too. They got their own slang too, man. No one say they butchering the English language. And who gives a fuck if I mispronounce a word if you're not a fucking English teacher? Long as you can understand what I'm saying when I talk, why do you care if I don't speak proper English? Don't you know there are Indians on reservations that don't speak proper English? Don't you know there are tribal people from all around the world, like the Dogon tribe, like the Pygmy tribe, that don't speak proper English? Now, Myron is, I think, from Saudi Arabia or something like that. He's not FBA. And I can guarantee you that the people from his native land don't speak proper English. He's a tether that came over here from a foreign land, and he was able to go to prestigious schools. We got your background, dude. We know you went to the uppity schools. I checked your receipts. We know that you are currently a special agent for the government. I don't know if how many of y'all knew that, but he's very proud of that. He's currently right now employed as an agent for the government. Let that sink in. Show my receipts real quick. This was 6 hours ago. I've gotten a lot of stupid comments about my government name, Amaru Fudul. So I'm going to explain this once and for all. I started my fitness business 2018-19 while still employed as a DHS special agent. Know what that is? Look here. Look here. Department of Homeland Security special agent. He said, I made a YouTube channel in 2020 to market my fitness business. Since I have a very unique name, which I'm proud of, I had to make a stage name to protect my identity as a special agent. Nigga, you a lie, dog. Because why would you be giving us your special agent name now? It's okay for us to know it now? You basically telling us your agent name on the post. So somebody blew your cover, and now, like, this is crazy. The reason for this is because federal cases can easily be searched, and I didn't want people to know that I was a YouTuber and federal agent for OPSEC reasons. Nah, bro. You didn't want people to know that you was both of them because you felt like it would have hurted your reputation in the space that you were trying to enter. Nobody want to get dating advice for a police who work from the Department of Homeland Security who don't have a woman. Just saying. Dudes that don't, I mean, he said, after I resigned from the government, I kept my stage name since it stuck, and I've had it ever since. And there you have it. That's why I go by Myron Gaines for all you smooth-brained people. That's a lie, y'all. It's a lie. That's a big lie. He didn't want to go by his real name because it would show he's not FBA. You got to think most of Myron's fans are black men that are FBA. He's not. How did he get to be a head over a movement of all these black men when he's a tether? Because they didn't know that. Myron Gaines sound like a black man and you look like one. You's a tether and you infiltrated us, bro. And this is a bunch of horse shit right here. You didn't go by your real name. Because if you wanted to go by a stage name, you could have still chose a stage name that was in alignment with your ethnicity. If I'm a Chinese man and I don't want you to know my real name, I'm not going to name myself Dwayne Johnson as a fucking Chinese man. I'm going to name myself, a Chinese man's name, Min Yan or some shit. You don't still got my real name, and I still get to maintain my cultural pride. You feel me? If I'm an African and I don't want you to know my real name, I'm not gonna name my motherfucking self Michael Jordan. I'm gonna name myself Dikembe Amumato. Cause my real name is Abajuto Ambimbwe. You feel me? And now I'm still giving you a fake name, but I'm still maintaining my cultural identity as an African man. You chose a black man's name because you tried to infiltrate Myron. That's why you went with the name Myron Gaines, because you know that sound like a nigga that live in Atlanta somewhere. You're not proud of your government name because it's too culturally attached to your motherland and you're a tether. You know that the black men who your targeted audience ain't gonna really flock with you being a Saudi Arabian man trying to teach them some dating shit. That don't even sound right, dog. My dating coach is a Saudi Arabian nigga who's a Department of Homeland Defense special agent. That's my dating coach. That's who giving me my game. The nigga who giving me my game is a goddamn Saudi who works for the Department of Homeland Defense and hugs up with other guys like this right here. That's who giving you your game. Which leads me to one of my other topics. Anybody that's subscribed and caught up into these red pill shows and shit, you're a loser, nigga. I don't care what you telling yourself. I don't care how much money you got, nigga. You a loser, nigga. The fact you interested in these niggas, you a loser. I don't even understand how you entertained by a bunch of weirdos talking to a bunch of goddamn petri dishes, a bunch of shallow-brained, non-wife material ass. Like this got to be just what you say it is, dating advice. Because it sure ain't how to build a family advice. It's how to get a STD in 24 hours advice. It's how to end up on child support within a year if you're a successful black man advice that y'all niggas giving over there, man.
It's terrible. Ebonics is retarded. Anyway, we'll continue on. Yeah,
Every culture speak Ebonics, even Saudi Arabians, nigga. Every culture got slang words. This is just facts. You can't name a culture that don't have slang words and don't have cultural ways that they pronounce American things their own way. Like when a Jamaican walk up to you and say, "Hey man," that Jamaican ain't pronouncing the word man the right way. We know that the Jamaicans should be saying, hey man. But guess what the Jamaicans saying? Hey man. You see what I'm saying? No one says, oh shit, I can't stand this nigga's Ebonics. Oh, fuck. We embrace the way that the Jamaicans say their words. And if a Jamaican was to make a reggae song and they were saying, hey man, we'll be like, that's whack, nigga. You a Jamaican. You need to say, hey man. What are you talking about? I don't want to hear no damn Jamaican talking about some, hey man. I like the way they hit that motherfucking, hey man. Like that shit sound dope. Everybody got their own unique way to say the English language, but when we do it, we get ridiculed for it, even though they making multi-billions of dollars off of it in hip-hop, nigga. Oh, my God! If these rappers were speaking proper English, it wouldn't even sound right, man. If these rappers were speaking proper English on a song, that shit'll sound horrible. That Ebonics make the shit sound right. That's a cultural way of doing something. Everybody do things their own way. Why would I talk like a white man? It's okay for me and him to use the same language. And long as he know what I'm saying, that's the purpose of communication. I know when a Jamaican say, hey, man, that they calling me man. I'm not going to be mad at it. I know what they mean. In fact, I like the way that they say man. I like man. I like man. I just don't like Mondays.
Said it.
Then he offered Tariq Nasheed the ability to debate.
And honestly, if it's me and Nick, I'll take on Tariq and Umar. We'd absolutely destroy them. We would absolutely destroy them. And we wouldn't even have to get into like any of the IQ stuff. No, we would just straight debate them on how you are not oppressed as an African American in the United States, or an FBA, foundationally Black American, whatever they want to say. They say all these excuses about why the black man can't get ahead. I'll give y'all one stat.
I want to know why the Saudis can't get ahead. I want to know why your family fled from their motherland. That's what I want to know. I really would like to know why you abandoned your cultural land, why you ran, why you turned your back on your people and came over here and named yourself after a black man. And you don't even rep your culture. You don't even have a flag of your culture. Look at this clown. Anybody getting dating advice from this dude, you got to be a clown. We know you're a clown if you're getting dating advice from this dude, dog. Look at this shit right here. You a clown. This your dating coach right here. He doing the fucking robot in front of a bunch of dudes performing well. Where's Myron's girlfriend at? Don't tell me this is her right here. Because I never saw him hugged up with a woman like this. You ain't got nothing but disdain for these women. And I'd rather see you with a picture like this with one of them thoughts from off of OnlyFans than a man. Seriously, I'd rather see you hugged up with a thick, fine thought right off Instagram than this right here.
All right, just to show you guys how ludicrous these guys are. In 1940, okay, 87% of blacks lived in poverty. By 1960, about 47% of blacks lived in below the poverty line, okay? So a 40% drop. Also, keep in mind, this was before the civil rights era. So racism was at its highest. So please explain to me how you had a 40% drop of blacks living under the under the poverty line, and one of the worst eras to be a black person in the United States, and then you're fast forwarding to 2023, where racism exists. I'm not denying it exists. However, it is not strong enough to keep you back or hold you back from success.
A nigga who don't study the generational wealth gap will say something like that. You see what I'm saying? You're saying that racism ain't bad enough to hold us back from success, but your family left their motherland to come here and be successful. You know why they were able to do it? Because of foundational black Americans. We didn't leave our land to come take advantage of benefits from your motherland, you tether. You tether. So you talking about racism ain't strong enough for us to be held back from success, but everybody in your motherland struggling because of racism. Don't you know that your motherland right now is suffering because of white supremacy, Myron? That's why your family fled to America, you damn dummy.
No way. But you're telling me people had way more obstacles back then and they were able to not live in poverty? Come on, man, get out of here.
Of course, Tariq Nasheed always has jokes, and he also responded like this when they got demonetized.
So Myron, he's up here singing the blues now, because all the bootlicking that they do, they've been demonetized on YouTube. They just went over the top with the bootlicking. All right. Now here's Myron. Here's a quick clip of him upset about the demonetization.
Hey, Bowie, if he just talking the U.S., that makes it even worse. Don't you know when black folks complain about white supremacy, they ain't just talking about the U.S.? If you think that white supremacy is just a U.S. problem, you stupid than a motherfucker, dog. Yeah, I would stop typing in the chat if I was you. Ain't nobody, if he just talking about the U.S., that disqualifies him from the topic. That means he only want to deal with white supremacy over here and not in his own fucking land. Because if somebody from another country say white supremacy ain't strong enough to hold you back from success in America, but it's strong enough to hold me back from success in my land, so I'm going to run to your land where white supremacy ain't that bad at. You know why white supremacy ain't that bad in America? Because of the civil rights movement. You know who did that? So if you ran from your land and you didn't have your own civil rights movement there against white supremacy, and you coming over here where we fought, and now things are a bit easier for us because our ancestors fought, you taking advantage of our ancestors' fight when your ancestors are fucking cowards who are yet to fight. That's what I'm talking about, Bowie. Quit talking to me while I'm reviewing this shit, too. Oh, I goddamn go in on you. I know what I'm talking about.
All right. Hold on. Let's take a quick listen to Myron. Fair use, fair use. Hold on.
Saving children, right? That was great. But saving you guys is better.
It is that bad if you are here, Bowie. How dumb are you? You can't be a black man talking like that. You can't be a black man. You must have not seen Kensington. I can't believe Americans live in this country and they say it ain't that bad to succeed. What they really saying is it ain't that bad to just get by. They call that success. Niggas is so content with just making ends meet. That's a nigga like Bowie, y'all. He call that success the fact that they ain't whipping us no more. Niggas they think like peanuts, small-brained. If you look at what black people doing as a collective, the generational wealth gap, we at the bottom, nigga. Look at the hip-hop industry, which is dominated by blacks, and they don't get none of the money. They get 360 deals on their contract. How the fuck is that success? When all of our goddamn successful people be claiming that they broke later and that they don't get that much money. Look at Monique bitching about money in Hollywood. Y'all think that's successful, but if you got millions of dollars as a black person, you are fucking broke in America. You don't have enough money to even have a say-so in foreign affairs. You only got enough money to stunt on other niggas and say, get like me, nigga. Look at my rollie. You ain't got enough money to compete with the colonial system. Niggas like you thinking small. That's why you think, oh shit, we successful black people, look at us. Niggas like you are the ones in the way, Bowie. I'm sorry, but you're dangerous, man. You don't know what we was. So you don't see how far we are behind right now, because you don't know how great we used to be. People like you don't need to speak on these type of topics, man. I'm serious, Bowie. You need to quit talking to me in the chat room, man. I keep on checking you and getting your dumb ass right. Now leave me alone, dude. You making me mad, man. You don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-oh. And why he have on some hoochie daddy shorts? Why this dude got on them hoochie daddy?
I ain't gonna lie, nigga. A man don't supposed to be wearing those shorts like that, nigga. Them some boxers, dog. You doing this bitch in your boxers. What the fuck? You shouldn't be advertising your dick print in 2024, nigga, with these movements and all that, man, with these pride movements, son.
Clip of him.
Man, got on some women's volleyball shorts, son.
Upset about the demonetization, all right?
Man, let me block this nigga. It ain't that I'm sensitive, Bowie. I gotta block you because I told you to leave me the fuck alone. Why you can't leave me alone? I tell you what I'm gonna do, Bowie, since you harassing me. I'm gonna see what you be willing to come up and click the link, because we blocking you from the chat. You spamming me. You distracting me. Everybody else in the chat room having fun, politicking with each other. You the only one bothering the host, man. I'm not. Listen, quit addressing me. If you want to address me, dog, hit the link or we going to block you. Because at this point, you trolling. You distracting my chat room. If you want smoke, hit the link. Come on up. Because I've already said you don't know what you're talking about. I proved it. Drop a 1 if I won this debate with him, y'all. Drop a 1. So he can see he don't know what the fuck he talking about. It ain't that I'm sensitive. I'm begging you to quit showing us your ignorance, nigga. I'm trying to help you. And you won't listen to me. That's why I ain't sensitive. I'm mad. I'm getting mad at you because you hard motherfucking headed. Your head hard. I told you to be quiet and leave me alone. You don't know what you're talking about. And I got to correct your dumb ass. When all you got to do is say, let me quit texting that man. Let me talk to somebody else in the chat. Yeah, man, if I say leave me alone, do so. Or get cussed the fuck out. How hard is that? Leave a person alone. When they ask you to, you didn't do that, so now I'm going to violate you. I don't say leave me alone for no reason. I say it because I don't feel like being bothered. I'm doing what I'm doing. I don't want no motherfucking pushback or trolling. And I got the buttons at my disposal to be able to choose, do I want to entertain this or not? Nope, block him. And I was just warning you because I don't want to block people. Maximilian, oh, I thought you was this other guy. This ain't we're not ready for the open panel yet. So I'm gonna let you wait in the weight room, but we are opening it up, and salutes to you, my nigga Max. We are gonna open this thing up. Yeah, man. I just said leave me alone nicely to you at first, but you kept going at me, bro. So now you getting me like I'm gonna have to cuss you the fuck out. Like, leave me alone. That's all you had to do. And you'll still be in the chat room. It'll be nothing but love and all, but you didn't honor my request. You said, fuck that, I'm gonna keep messing with him. And so now I got to cuss you the hell out, man.
Hold on, let's take a quick listen to Myron. Fair use, fair use. Hold on.
Saving children, right? That was great. But saving you guys is better.
Uh-oh. And why he have on some hoochie daddy shorts? Why?
I'm very relaxed. I'm just a no bullshit type person. And when somebody tell me to relax, guess what we gonna do to them? I'm gonna do this shit with no hands. My moderator's the best. Watch this, Epi. Watch this. No hands, Epi. Watch this. Watch this, Epi. So my moderator's just gonna make me stay like this and look dumb. I'm taking everybody wrenches. I'm taking everybody motherfucking wrenches. I'm taking everybody wrenches. They got a nigga up. I'm like, thank you, me, myself. Drop a bomb. Get your ass out of here, Epi. They don't like me relaxed. That don't pay my bills. They like me lit, nigga. We lit, bitch. And you're the spectacle, and you the one we clowning, nigga. Everybody come in here and talk shit. You gonna give me a reason to get lit with a nigga. Cause I don't like to violate people for nothing. But people like when I cuss people out. So who's next to get cussed the fuck out? Yeah, man, because I really need, it makes the show fire when I can cuss me a dumbass nigga out and call him names and then block him. People love that, man. They love it. I just don't get a lot of opportunities to do it because it ain't a lot of trolls. So come on, give me some more trolls, man. I love it. I love it. I'm going to see how I'm going to cuss the next nigga out. Because I'm freestyling these cuss outs.
Why this dude got on them hoochie daddy shorts, dude? This. So now he walked.
Watch this, Junior. No hands, Junior. Again, no hands. Watch Junior, yo. Bow. I don't subscribe to niggas who act like girls. But if you hear defending Myron, then that explains a lot, nigga. Shout out to my nigga Citizen, man. We about to open this thing up, man. They mad that I'm roasting their boyfriends. Won't y'all relax? Calm down. It's just a podcast. It's entertainment. People know that. Why are y'all so mad and bent out of your feelings and worked up and just relax? Relax, trolls in the chat room. I'm gonna calmly escort you out. It's so. Hey, drop a one if this shit's lit. Hell yeah, man. Pause it right here. Pause it right there. We want to see the boy shorts. Because we got to give niggas fashion statements. We don't. Listen, man, if a nigga got to say pause when I pause it on your shorts, you shouldn't be wearing them. Look at him.
Oh.
Now, these shorts are made by a small brand in California called the Pause Company. Yeah, be like, hey, Myron, I like them shorts, man. What brand is those? Are those Abercrombie? Oh, no, these are Pause, man. You can look them up online at pause.com. That's PAUSE.com, and you can get... And they got buy one, get one free. Right. Them motherfuckers come in a little gift bag. They so small. God damn, nigga. Them Pause shorts come in one of these. Hey, when that nigga Myron shorts came through the mail, he said, yes, my shorts are here. My shorts came, baby. He said, he opened that bitch up. Look at these shorts, baby. Ooh, put these bitches on. Oh, my God. That nigga's shorts came in a 25-cent tater chip bag. Them bitches so small. Son, we know that the Pause Company made those, son. Really. Really, son. Son, we shouldn't be saying your whole thigh muscle. Like, not your whole thigh muscle, son. It just should be half of it. Son, those shorts need to be going on your woman, son. But them shorts on you, son, I don't even know what kind of shoes you wearing with them. With your long leg ass. Because if you got them Jordans on with them, you look like a whole thick bitch sitting in that chair, nigga. I'm just saying, nigga, a man and you lotion. See, nigga, I'ma tell you something about the shorts I wear. I don't got a lotion above my kneecaps, nigga. I can lotion everything from the kneecap down, and a nigga won't know that my thighs is ashy. My shorts don't come up that high where I got to be lotioning all in my groin and loins and shit, son. You gotta be lotioning in your balls and shit, cause your balls might fuck around and hang out them shorts, son. Son, you basically in a Speedo, son. That's the most Speedo shorts. You know, they still made by Pause, but it's a certain line that Pause make called the Speedo version of their shorts. And son, you said, let me get those, son, is what you did, son. Let's move on with it.
And
yeah, them shorts came in a sardine can. We know he opened up the sardine can to get them shorts out, son.
Why he have on some hoochie daddy shorts? Why
Right.
this dude got on them hoochie daddy shorts, dude? So now he walked off the set to cry. He walked off the set to literally cry because they've been demonetized.
Son, you can't wear no Timberland boots with them shorts. It's gonna look goofy. It's too much thigh showing. So when you walk in them Timberland boots, it's just gonna look like a strong leg nigga. Just you can't wear any kind of shoe and shorts like that. And some shorts that damn small, you need to put some sandals on. Tennis shoes, anything looking manly on your feet, it just ain't gonna look right when them shorts at your thigh like that. With them damn coochie cutters on. And you ain't got a coochie for it to cut. Them ball cutters, son. Son, those are testicle slicers. Son, those are nutcrackers, son. It's what they are, son. Now, son, you can't wear any kind of shoes with shorts like that, son. You got to wear sandals or slippers with some shorts like that. You gotta take them tennis shoes and that tough shit off. It ain't gonna look right on your feet in those little shorts, in those boy shorts, son. Let's go.
So understand, they know that if they want to get an audience and get money through hate views, sit up here and denigrate black society, bring on the anti-black races and just spew all of these little stereotypical quips at us. Now that little money has dried up and YouTube has yanked the plug from under him, what is he gonna do? Yeah? What is he gonna do? Well, with them shorts, look like you might have to go out here and start slinging bussy. You got the shorts for him, Myron. You might as
Those shorts, he looked like he was about to go record a YouTube short, one of them twerk shorts. You know what the women be making? And they be acting like they doing something else, but they really showing their body. They be like watching me clean the kitchen in the little bitty shorts and shit. He looked like he finna go make one of them janks.
as well hit the boy track. You might as well go on to throw a wig on and hit the trans track.
But Tariq, you gotta stop smacking your lips like that though. Cause you know that you used to work with Diddy, nigga.
Oh my God!
I'm just gonna tell you, bro, you roasting this man about the boy shorts, but them lip smacks, nigga. I'm just saying, nigga, Fleece Johnson will get ideas hearing you smack your lips like that, son. All that lip smacking, son. To the right man, you coming on to them, son. Stop that. Quit smacking your lips like that, man. You giving niggas signals now.
Make the money and don't let the money make you.
Right. Use your lips, but don't just let them smack.
And most interestingly, finally, these two guys meet. They met, I believe, on a Twitter space, and they had a little bit of a back and forth debate. And boy, did it get ugly.
Are you telling me that if you're an immigrant, you cannot comment
from
on
the
other
Sudan?
situations?
Yeah, if you're from somebody, you're from the Sudan, you can't say about a foundational Black American. Nothing.
That's true.
At all.
Interesting.
Nothing.
Let me, okay.
It ain't really interesting. It's just real shit.
Nothing. You can't say nothing about us.
Let's use your logic.
Not one word.
Let's use your logic.
A failed home.
Watch this example that Myron about to give. I'm about to rip it apart because Tariq didn't really rip it apart like that.
Homeland where people are starving. You can't say shit about us. Yes.
Cool. Then let's use your logic then.
That's how that
Let
works.
me ask you a question.
In Myron's homeland, people are starving.
Do you have to be a mathematician to say 1 + 1 is 2?
No.
Nah, guess what though? You got to be a mathematician to teach a mathematician. That's a better example. If you're gonna teach black people how to solve their problems against white supremacy, You should have taught it to your own people in the Sudan. That's the point Tariq Nasheed making. He made a bad example. He made a bad example. If you trying to teach a mathematician math, you better be a mathematician. Yeah, you need to be a mathematician to be trying to teach a fucking mathematician something. Yes. Yes. Yes, you need to be a person that have overcame white supremacy if you're going to teach it to somebody else. Yes, you need to be a person that have $1 million if you're going to teach me how to get $1 million. No one said if you don't got $1 million, you can't talk about $1 million. You could talk about $1 million if you don't have it. But you can't teach me how to get $1 million if you don't have it. Quit trying to change the narrative, Myron.
Sir, no. That's no. That's a non sequitur. It has nothing to do with anything. You come from a failed homeland where people are over there starving, and you haven't figured out how to stop the people from starving. So you can't come over here and talk about
Here we go.
Thank you to the white supremacists in America. You're eating, Tariq.
How so, sir?
Because the white people started this country. The white supremacists started this country. Go back. Exactly.
Let me take this because
they didn't. They failed when they tried to do it on their own. They didn't start a damn thing. It was foundational Black Americans. Go ahead, sir.
Tariq. Let me again. So you're telling me if
Here go another dumbass example. Listen, y'all.
someone's an immigrant from Sudan or wherever they're from, they can't comment on social issues.
Not over here. No, you're not at liberty to do that because your social issues are in shambles.
Now, how does that don't make sense? I don't agree with Tariq with everything, but this is why I fuck with Tariq. I don't got to agree with him with everything. He got a lot of ways that I can critique. But when you're right, you're right. Let's go.
You're not at liberty.
Cool.
Why would we listen
people,
to you? Why would we listen to you?
Okay.
If you come from a country of complete
now let me
failure,
ask you another question.
Why would we listen to you?
So
you're not at liberty.
So only other let me get this straight then. So only other FBAs, according to your logic, can comment on FBA issues. Is that
absolutely
what you're saying?
Only foundational Black Americans can talk about our issues. We don't concern ourselves with what's going on with you. You come from a failed culture. You're not at liberty to give us any advice on anything, sir.
Would you call it a successful culture of foundational Black Americans who were taken
what's going on over there in your homeland?
Again, hold on.
Culture?
Everybody, guys, he came in here.
You need to fix your homeland.
When your ancestors got taken into slavery and taken to another country, do you consider that a successful culture? Because you're saying Sudan is not successful.
Right.
So would you consider where your ancestors were originally taken from as successful?
Half of our ancestors were already here. Let's get that straight. We're foundational Black Americans, sir. There were Black people here. There were Black people brought over here. So we had an ethnogenesis, and we never fled from the country we built,
Won't
sir.
answer the question, of course,
different.
again.
Right. Killing these damn tethers, man.
I did answer the question, sir. If you're not smart enough with them stingy Irish genes of yours, that's your problem.
Irish.
Sir.
Yeah, my name is Amir, bro. I'm definitely Irish, dude.
Okay. Well,
so let me ask you this question, Tariq. By your logic, right? Because you're saying only foundational Black Americans can criticize other foundational Black Americans. So if that's the case, why are you talking about white people and white supremacists? Since you're not white, you can't give an opinion.
But I'm a victim of.
That is so stupid. Myron is a dummy. How y'all taking advice from this dummy, man? That's like saying that a grape victim can't talk about the grapist. Of course we can totally talk about the person we're fighting against, our enemy. And it ain't white people, it's white supremacy. I think another enemy of the people is Black supremacy. And I want to debate that because it's a such thing as Black supremacy too. Yes, it is. But yeah, we can talk about the white colonialized systematic attacks against our people. In fact, if we're gonna solve them, we're gonna have to talk about it, you dummy. This dude's a dummy, man. He looking for every reason to poke his big nose ass into our business. Look at this guy. He remind me of that dude on The Simpsons. I can't think of this dude name on The Simpsons. He got that little pointy nose. It's a couple of cartoon characters that got that nose like that. Ah, man, you lucky I can't think of that nigga name, dog. You lucky I can't think of that nigga name. There you go. Mr. Burns nose ass nigga. Yo, Mr. Burns nose ass son. Son, don't you know you look just like Mr. Burns? Oh, man, I got him. I got him. That's Mr. Burns, y'all. That nigga Myron is Mr. Burns, y'all. Yeah, son, that's him. That's Mr. Burns, man. With that nose, son. Yeah, son. Let's go.
Of white supremacy. I can talk about the
see how it doesn't work out? Doesn't make sense, does it?
Because we're being victimized by the white supremacists. So I can talk about
how are you being victimized by the white supremacists?
Because they've created a system of white supremacy that they've militarized, and we can't break out of it because they have a military stronghold over us. Sir.
Can I get a sound effect? Man, Tariq was dog walking the you-know-what out of Myron. It was bad. Myron had nothing to say. And unfortunately, I'm going to just be real. Sudan is in a terrible situation. So you had to leave that situation to come to another situation and down talk the people who actually made it possible for you to be here.
I said that man was from Saudi Arabia and it's Sudan. I knew it was some SD, Saudi, Sudan. My bad, it's Sudan.
Let me just say this. I'm living in Uganda. Now, Uganda's a great country. People fought and died for Uganda, for it to be the country that it is. It has its problems. Everywhere has its problems. If people didn't develop Uganda to a certain point, I couldn't do my business here. So whatever I'm able to come in as a foreigner and actually do, it's because people died for the opportunity for someone to come here and enjoy that. How dare I talk negatively about these people here when they've done nothing to me? They've given me an opportunity. I gotta be respectful, even for the things that I don't like or I disagree with. Listen, that's something I should keep to myself. But how dare you come to somebody else's country and start talking bad about the people who even make it possible for you to even be there? That's sickening, especially when your people in your place, you don't even get no respect. And I always tell people in the black community, you know, I've dealt with hateful people of other groups towards African Americans. I used to be very hostile towards my earlier content. Anybody who remembers, I wasn't always Pan-African. Y'all remember that. My earlier 2016, 17, 18 content about Africans that were talking down on African Americans, it was some classic jewels in there, trust me, right? But you know what I've noticed, that people who talk down on African Americans or the FBA community or #ADOS community, those individuals are nobodies in their community. Who has time to sit back and talk about, let me say, somebody else? Like I don't even have the time to sit back and talk about Nigerians all day, or to insult South Africans, or to insult Jamaicans or Caribbeans. Because first of all, I'm focused on what I'm doing, and everybody got good and bad in their group. But when you have time to do that, those people never do anything for their people. The people who sit up all day and troll African Americans online, their people don't do nothing for their group. That's why I be telling people. I see it.
Same thing with just pearly things. Same shit, yep.
I'm living over here right now. Storytime music! I had one lady in Canada, right? A Ugandan. She would troll. I have another channel called Kinganda. She would troll me, talk about certain things. This lady over there getting her cheeks clapped by white zaddy. She don't do nothing for nobody here, but talking about me. How you gonna insult me? You don't do nothing for your group. You don't do nothing for your people. You not here provide no opportunities for them, but you in Canada trying to get a white man. But you can talk about me? Exactly. A person who does nothing for their own group, but talking about somebody else. That's how silly they are. These people are worthless that talk like Myron. First of all, they hate blacks in general. They hate themselves, and they do nothing for their group. I guarantee you, Myron don't even care about Sudan, nothing. You probably don't even care. So guys, what do you think it's your boy today, Jackson?
Myron got so much to say about black men, but he chose a black man stage name, Myron Gaines. He didn't choose a Sudanese stage name, but he got so much hate toward black people. This is crazy.
Guys, remember 2020. It was a bad time for the world, especially those people in America. A lot of folks lost their jobs. A lot of relationships ended because it was COVID. and people were suffering financially because they just couldn't go to work. But there were a group of people who did very well. Content creators, YouTubers, TikTokers had the world at their palms because everybody was watching us. And there was a group that was trying to come up at that particular time during COVID. That was the Fresh and Fit podcast. Now, Fresh and Fit had come together basically because of Solo TV 84. Myron lived in Connecticut but moved to Miami. Walter moved from Barbados to Miami, and he connected them. They became pals and started up the podcast, but they had no real traction. They really didn't know how it worked. So they needed to get somebody to put them out there. Who did they reach out to? Kevin Samuels. It was Kevin Samuels single-handedly that got the Fresh and Fit podcast the views and numbers that it wanted. I'm not saying that Fresh and Fit wouldn't have figured it out in the future. They probably could have. But the person that came down to Miami for free and gave him a kickstart was Kevin Samuels. Before he knew that, Myron from Fresh and Fit would go behind his back and call him all kinds of names, call him gay, call him a B, all kind of F stuff,
And when you're big up in the Ku Klux Klan and you ain't got no loyalty to the black man that put you on, it shows you the kind of piece of shit dirtbag you are as a man. You ain't a man. And the niggas that's following you are all little boy incels that don't play by man principles and rules. So y'all don't even belong in the manosphere, because you niggas should be called the datasphere or the boyosphere or the incelosphere or some shit like that. You niggas ain't mans, dog. You immature boys that just regurgitating a bunch of arguing points from the old red pill community, and that shit getting washed up now.
Gave these guys a leg up. And who is Kevin Samuels, by the way? What community does he come from? He's African American. Or you would consider him #ADOS. Or as Tariq would call him, #FBA. He's a descendant of freedmen, descendant of slaves from West Africa. Just like me, just like many of you. That is who Kevin Samuels was. So really, Myron and Fresh owe their career to a person from that community, to a person that suffered all kind of casualties, racism, losses, slavery. Those are the...
I don't understand how these niggas got all that money, all that success, and we can date the same girls, man. It just go to show you money ain't everything. Because most of you niggas who work every day and just getting by, you can date the same bras that them niggas be pressing up on. This is facts. They ain't getting no boss bitches. Them niggas is dating down with all that money. They on fucking OnlyFans models, Instagram models. So these dudes are dating down, but they telling all their followers to date up. Oh my God!
The people that put him on. But stop the show. That's not good enough for Myron, is it? Because Myron is always hating. Now let me just talk about this, because shout out to the Daily Rapper crew. They had on brother Tariq Nasheed talking about reparation and who is to be allowed to get it and who isn't allowed to get it. Let's talk about that.
So what do you say about, because the whole conversation about reparations, I know you have the rally for reparations June 15th in DC. And what do you think about the people that's saying that how you just should distribute reparations, or what black people should get reparations, or should all black Americans get reparations? Like, what's that conversation?
No, the reparations should be strictly for foundational black Americans, descended of freedmen, because we were the ones who suffered in slavery. See, it's reparations for slavery. It's not reparations for racism, because a lot of people want to come on and get like, hey, I'm black, I dealt with racism.
Selectively black people.
Right. They're black when it's convenient. Yeah. The thing is, we can't let everybody say I'm black and I should get reparations, because some of you voluntarily came over. You can't say, I fought to get over here, but now I'm discriminated against, so I need some resources. No, this is our homeland. We've been here. We've been here from the beginning, and we were mistreated on our own homeland, and we have to get compensated. If we let other melanated people say, well, I'm black and I'm an immigrant and I should get reparations too, that opens the door for Hispanics. They can say, well, I was mistreated too. Asians can say, I was mistreated too. I need to get in on that. So that's going to open the door to a lot of bad things to happen, just like affirmative action. Affirmative action was supposed to be for black people. Right. Then we let them slip in one word and messed it all up. Minority. Nobody was using minority in the 1960s until 65. When we started saying we need to get something to be compensated, they said, well, let's do it for minorities. They slipped that word in, and everybody and their mama ran in the minority door and got affirmative action. And we're the last ones to get it. We didn't get nothing. White women started being minorities then.
Now, I want to really appreciate that, because first of all, it gives a clear definition of who is wronged, who has been wronged, okay? Who has suffered on their homeland. And if I were to ever meet a people like this, like right now I'm in Uganda, when Ugandans feel like they have a right for reparations from Britain because they have been wrong, because they have been treated badly, want to know what I say? I say nothing about it. Why? Because, I would agree with them. I would want them to get what they are owed because it's not my business to commentate on it. And second of all, I know they have been disrespected. It would be cold of me to come to the continent of Africa and then start to criticize them when I know that they have also been mistreated. This is not Fresh and Fit. This is not Myron. This is not what he does. Myron takes every opportunity to disrespect the people that helped him, to disrespect the people that made a way from him, to disrespect the people that flew down to Miami, came on his show, and gave him a heads up. Because this is what he's saying now.
It does not have to mean that.
You know what? Then how would you say it?
Oh, shit. It's just a word that everybody says now.
The Klan was right about a lot of shit, man.
The what?
The Klan was right about a lot of
shit. You by yourself or no?
Hey, no, man. They're right about a lot of shit, man. This talk is crazy, bro. This is wild shit, man. Like, what the is...
The Klan told black people they need to stick with their own. So if you saying the Klan was right about a lot of shit, the Klan was right about foreigners shouldn't be dealing with black people affairs. Did you know that? Did you know the Ku Klux Klan taught that they don't want black men to date white women? That the Ku Klux Klan taught that black people should just deal among black people and that's it? The Ku Klux Klan was separatists and they were telling blacks, y'all need to be separatists too. Because if you're a separatist, you're going to push separatism for everybody. Otherwise, that'll be going against your cause. How are we all going to separate it, if I just bring my people out? The white supremacy ain't just about white people. See, the Klan and the NOI had an agreement, a union. Because they both agree that blacks need to be among their own and blacks agree that whites need to be separated. Did you know that the NOI and KKK had a agreement, a union on that? They had secret meetings and all that. But one thing is for sure, the Klan taught separatism and they don't let other groups of races and shit dabble in their affairs as white supremacy and white folks. In fact, that'll get your ass killed fucking around with the Klan business. Mr. The Klan wasn't wrong about everything. We moving like the Klan, how we treating your tether ass, nigga.
What is this? Period. All the degenerate terms, the butchering of the English language, it comes from black people, bro. It's fucking terrible.
I already went over how stupid that is. We don't get mad at Jamaicans for saying man, right? We don't even get mad at people from the UK that said, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Ebonics is retarded. Anyway, we'll continue on.
And if you think about it, everybody in the world uses Ebonics, their form of Ebonics. It's just a natural phonetic phenomenon. So, Thomas Sotomayor, you wrong and I'll debate you, nigga. All this, they butchering the English language. How y'all more mad than an English teacher, nigga? You niggas want to get off YouTube and go teach English? Like, who puts that much thought on? Nigga, George Washington Carver butchered the English language, and he's one of the smartest men of all time. Found over 10,000 uses for the peanut alone. And the man speak horrible English. What the fuck you mean? The Dogon tribe speak bad English. If you go to a country right now where they speak English at outside of America, it's gonna be horrible. I've been around the world. And don't nobody in another country speak English better than me. Even though when I come back home, people complain about the way I speak it. That show you is some bullshit, bro. How is it that I was in South Korea? As a black man, I spoke better English than all of the Koreans. But the Americans complain so much about my fucking Ebonics. But the Koreans loved the way that I speak English. They didn't see nothing wrong with it. They understood me just fine. How come I was in Korea speaking Ebonics and foreign people understood me just fine, and niggas who grew up in the hood with me act like I'm putting kryptonite on their ass when I speak Ebonics? Who sent y'all niggas? I've been all around the world speaking Ebonics. Ain't no foreigner never complained about my, in fact, when I was in Korea, they thought it was cute. They would say shit like, oh, so cute, say it again. Say it again. We got that a lot in Korea. Say it again, yeah. Like, how is it you grew up in the same hood I grew up in, but you got more of a problem with my Ebonics than foreigners who barely even know English? And they understand my Ebonics when I'm talking. They listen to hip hop, they do all that. They ain't tripping on it. But a nigga from my culture tripping on it. And I'm saying, if you complaining about Ebonics, I look through your music collection and find no hip hop or no country music. You better be listening to Beethoven, Mozart, classical shit. If you complaining about Ebonics, you better not have no R&B. You better not have no neo soul, no hip hop R. You better just stick to Beethoven, Mozart, nigga. I better not catch you bumping no damn hip hop music and you bitching about Ebonics. Cause we know that Fresh bumps hip hop. We know that y'all got nice cars and you ain't listening to Beethoven in that motherfucker, nigga. Like, come on, dude. This is fucking crazy. This is crazy. If you listen to country music, country artists, they butcher the English language a lot. And they got their own slang too, nigga. I'm talking about, don't nobody butcher the English language like white rednecks. And no one never say nothing about them. Remember, Elvis Presley butchered the English language every day and they called him the king. He didn't even say thank you very much. He said thank you very much. Thank you very much. He didn't say thank you. He said thank ya. Yeah. Thank you very much. And the much was just horrible. Like, Elvis Presley was a country white dude that definitely fucking spoke with a like he drooling out of his damn mouth. And they call him the king.
Yeah, I said it.
Now you hear the words he's talking about. Obviously, we have to bleep that out. He's talking about N-word talk. He's talking about, different disrespectful things, talking about our group of people. But you know what? I want to talk about the slang, the butchering of the English language, who it really comes from. And those of you who are on the right, like Myron, you love.
Okay, let's go to the next one, man. It's a lot of bullshit. And then we're going to open up the joint. We're going to open up the call.
The year is 2002. 50 Cent puts out a song called Wankster. Very popular song. We all heard it. It was on Shady Aftermath. But I believe the hook that we liked so much on it was, damn, homie, in high school, you was the man, homie. What the F happened to you? And we all know people like that we grow up with, high school. I know a bunch of guys who play football.
Let me just say, shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson, man. If nobody told you this shit, bro, I'm fucking proud of your ass, man. I can't lie, man. When I first met O'Shea, it was the Sunday Rumble shit. He was trying to give everybody a chance, and the shit was so ratchet, he just couldn't do it no more. But I like what he doing now. He just doing his thing, making good content, man. Salutes to O'Shea, man.
And now when I see them online, I mean, these guys are posting old high school clips, old college clips, and these guys are broke, man. They don't have any money anymore. Some of the guys may have, made it to the NFL, and they just terrible, right? And then the first thing you think about is what happened to the guy, man. The guy had all this money. The guy had everything. Look at him now. And this is the case with Tommy Sotomayor. Now, again, I told you Tommy Sotomayor was out even a decade ago on YouTube. At one point, he was one of the largest.
And I'm not going to lie. O'Shea gently and professionally kind of destroyed Tommy Sotomayor in this video. Now, if Tommy's see this video, I ain't taking no sides. I watched this video and I said, damn, O'Shea really came and with some daggers with like, I ain't gonna lie, man.
Largest YouTubers, if not the most popular YouTuber. And he had all kind of channels, TNN Raw. I mean, you know, the guy was making a lot of money. He had about 10 channels. He used to get shut down all the time. He would still come back. But I noticed something. He was never as big as Tariq Nasheed. Now, what do I really mean here? Tariq Nasheed has never been a YouTuber. Let me just say, Tariq uses YouTube as a platform, but Tariq is big on Twitter. Tariq is big on Instagram. Tariq is big on Facebook. Tariq is not a YouTuber or really like a full-time content creator in the same way that I am or Tommy Sotomayor is, things like that. So what I would notice is that Tommy Sotomayor was a big-time Tariq Nasheed fan. Like, Tariq Nasheed used to almost kind of, you know, he wanted Tariq's attention. It was like big bro, little bro kind of thing, in my honest opinion. Tariq Nasheed would just put his name in the title. Tariq Nasheed says this, and it would get hella views. 90,000 views, 80,000 views, 100,000 views. Tommy Sotomayor, in order for him to get those kind of views, he would have to talk about somebody else to get those views, which is nothing wrong with that. Many of us don't have the popularity or the
We can't do that. That was just too much dick riding, O'Shea, and that wasn't right. You gotta be fair to Tommy, man. Tariq Nasheed get all of his views by talking about other people too. All of Tariq Nasheed videos is I'm arguing with some African tether. Some lady I got to cuss out. Here go another phone call where I got to handle this like all of Tariq Nasheed, like that was a big lie. I can't let you get away with that one, O'Shea. That's a lie, man. All of Tariq is live right now talking about a nigga. Tariq versus an almost Anglo agitator. Like, quit acting like Tariq don't get his money by dogging out Africans and dogging out foreigners and tethers and dogging out people from other countries. Don't do that, man. That's one thing about O'Shea that, be fair, man. Like, I know we favor some dudes. Like, I favor Tariq over Tommy, but you see I'm still keeping it real, though. I'ma still be fair, though. Both of them niggas made their career talking shit about people. Tommy was talking shit about black women. Tariq been talking shit about tethers and Africans. Let's just keep it real, man. Tariq would not have a career if he could not talk shit about tethers, Africans, and all that. And I'm going to tell you some real shit in Tommy's defense. Tommy talked shit about black women, and black men and black women came together to get Tommy off the internet. Tariq talked shit about tethers and Africans, but them Africans ain't going to come together to get him off the internet. They don't give a fuck. So what does that say about black people and then tethers? That say we our worst enemy. Even though I know that the tethers are a problem, I'm just saying, if y'all gonna call Tommy a coon and a tap dancer for the white man, don't turn around and go cry to that same white man to take him down. Because if the white man listen to you and take that coon off of YouTube, then we shouldn't have no more beef with the white man because he on our side. He's getting rid of the coons for us. If we can tell the white man, go get that nigga, white man, he messing with me, and the white man go do it, nigga, y'all on teams now.
Engagement of the audience of a Tariq Nasheed. It's okay. I know I don't. And never gonna try to say I do. All right?
Bro, in the Hidden Color series, the man was talking shit about white people. So I am telling the truth. Timothy Gooden, you can come up and click the link, bro. I ain't gonna cuss you out or get worked up or nothing. Those earlier trolls, they was trolling me. I told them to leave me alone. They wouldn't do it. But Timothy Gooden, I'm going to drop the link for you. You're wrong, sir, and I'm right. You wrong, and I'm right, Timothy. During all, you can't show me a Hidden Colors movie where he ain't talking about nobody. He talking about the white man and all them Hidden Colors. Both of them made their careers talking shit about somebody. And I did too, man. Why we can't admit the truth? I talk shit about NASA every day. I talk shit about Neil deGrasse Tyson. I talk shit about the physicists and the medical mafia. Everybody damn near making their career talking about somebody. And Tariq ain't no different. I'm not gonna let y'all do that. He is talking about people in those Hidden Color series. Even if you say Sanchez, he talking about the enemy. He talking about somebody. Everybody talking about who they think the enemy is. Tommy thought the enemy was black women. I think the enemy is the space agencies and the damn scientists and physicists. So guess who I talk shit about a lot? A lot of niggas think Joe Biden is the enemy, so they get up every day with MAGA hats on, and guess who they talk shit about? Democrats, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. Everybody think that somebody is the enemy, and they talking shit about the ops. Quit acting like Tariq ain't human, nigga. We not gonna put him up here and everybody else down here. All of us talking about somebody to make our channel, bro. It don't matter if you talking history. Tommy talking history too. He talking about the history of black women, how they used to act back in the day versus how they act today. Why can't we be fair with this, man? Why can't we just be fair, brothers? But he talking history. They both talking history. That wasn't the argument. The argument was, is you talking about somebody? It don't matter if it's historical, nigga. You still talking about somebody. I'm just saying, why we just can't be, I like Tariq over Tommy, but we don't got the dick ride that hard. We can keep it real though, still. We can still keep it real and favor Tariq over Tommy. Did you know you can do that? Yeah, you could do that. You could still keep it real. Yeah, you could definitely do that, man.
Right? Tariq Nasheed's audience is completely engaged, huge, very similar to Dr. Umar Johnson's audience, right? They're very engaged. Audience is huge, way bigger than somebody like Tommy Sotomayor. And Tommy didn't like that. So Tommy went and got into a little beef with Tariq. We all know what happened with that. He got cooked. The Crispy show came out. It was incredible. It was a complete L for Tommy. Tommy is still trying to get Tariq Nasheed's attention. And he did so by jumping in on a debate. The reason why I covered the guy is only because to show you how far he's fallen off, right? This guy is falling off big time. So Myron issued a challenge to Tariq Nasheed. So what I want to do right now, I want to play a clip of that debate in which Tommy was on. At the point that I'm playing it, you won't hear that. You'll just hear, Myron and Tariq going back and forth and Sneako. Then I'm gonna come back.
Are you telling me that if you're an immigrant, you cannot comment
from the Sudan?
situations?
Yeah, if you're from the Sudan, you can't say about a foundation of Black American. Nothing
Interesting,
at all.
interesting.
Nothing.
Let me, okay,
nothing.
with
You can't
Tariq,
say nothing about it.
Let's use your logic.
Not one
then.
word.
Let's use your logic.
A failed homeland where people are starving. You can't say
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool. Then let's use your logic. Then.
That's how that
Let me
works.
ask you a question. Do you have to be a mathematician to say 1 + 1 is 2?
No, sir. No. That's no. That's a non sequitur. It has nothing to do with anything. You come from a failed homeland where people are over there starving, and you haven't figured out how to stop the people from starving. So you can't come over here and talk about intelligence.
Thank you to the white supremacists in America. You're eating, Tariq.
How so, sir?
Salute
because the white people started this country. The white supremacists started this country.
I'm gonna play this shit, man. This one here. I fucks with O'Shea. I fucks with Tommy. But I got to kind of give O'Shea a little pushback with Tommy. But I still think he's a cool guy. But,
Go back.
I think he tried to cape just a little too hard for Tariq.
Exactly.
Let me take this because
they did make failed when they tried to do it on their own. They just started the damn thing. It was Foundation for Black Americans. Go ahead, sir.
Tariq, let me again. So you're telling me if someone's an immigrant from Sudan or wherever they're from, they can't comment on social issues?
Not over here. No, you're not at liberty to do that because your social issues are in shambles. You're not at liberty.
Cool.
Why would
we already heard this part. Hold up.
Your logic can comment on FBA issues.
Liberty to give us any advice on anything.
Again, hold on.
Culture?
Everybody.
Would you consider where your ancestors were originally taken from as success?
Black people brought over here.
Going
Genes
back
are
to what I
yours.
was
That's
saying.
your problem.
Irish.
sir.
Yeah, my name is Amir, bro. I'm definitely Irish, dude.
Okay. Well,
So let me ask you this question, Tariq. By your logic, right? Because you're saying only foundationally Black Americans can criticize other foundationally Black Americans. So if that's the case, why are you talking about white people and white supremacy?
Hey, this would let me know that Myron is a dummy. His examples and analogies are so off the Richter scale.
the system of white supremacy that they've militarized, and we can't break out of it because they have a military stronghold over us, sir.
So after that, okay.
And we can't deny that Tariq make the best arguments in defense of black people right now. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, Diddy's ex-employee is the one who's making the best argument for us, unfortunately. And you gotta think, Tommy like to brag about going on like Fox News and all that. Tariq been on the news more times than Tommy, and he never talk about it. So we can't lie. Tommy is kind of chasing the white man's opportunities in media, and he love it to be known that he's associated with like the white man. And Tariq, on the other hand, been on more news platforms than him, and you don't even hear him say nothing about it. So let's just play this thing.
Tommy Sotomayor does what he always does. He admits that, okay, Tariq Nasheed got the better of you guys. Now remember, this is supposed to be his boys. Tommy Sotomayor is doing streams on YouTubers channels now that don't even have a following, like he's falling all the way off, right? Here's what Myron did. The people in Andrew want this, so I'll kick it off. I challenged Tariq Nasheed, and
I gotta disagree with O'Shea once again. Tommy always been a nigga that'll get on anybody's channel. So I don't like that right there. Like, that ain't a sign that he falling off. Now, is Tommy as momentous as he used to be? Hell no, his time is gone. And it ain't gonna come back. But he ain't fell off. He still got a following on Rumble. He's still doing his thing. It's just small scale. And everybody can't stay at the top forever. I don't know why black men like to talk about, he fell off. Nigga, we're all going to fall off one day. The question is, did you ever rise up to fall off? Because if you never fall off before, you never was up, nigga. The fact that I know I'm gonna fall off one day is because I know I rose to a high point. It's a fucking privilege to fall off and pass the torch to the next generation. You can't stay at the top forever. And I will say this, Tommy has always collabed with smaller YouTubers. I was one of them. When Tommy was real big, he did an interview with me and I was small. So I can vouch for that. And I saw him done plenty interviews with people that got just 1,000 subs. A few, like no numbers at all. He's known for that. He'll argue with anybody. You ain't gotta be big. And that's probably what took him down a little, even though I like niggas like that. Black YouTube is so fucking bougie. If you're a big YouTuber and you kicking it with small YouTubers, they say you fell off. So to all of you small black YouTubers out there who want to know why big YouTubers don't fuck with y'all, it's because in black YouTube, it look like I fell off if I'm collabing with a nigga with 1,000 subs. Instead of it looking like I'm helping my brother.
May I say something, bro, if you don't mind?
Yeah.
It's like, when it comes to that, they always talk about how, you know, we got to come together and we got to help each other and help each other. And you just gave the example of how when these guys become big YouTubers, they don't help other lower level black YouTubers to come up. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that you were fair enough to mention that about Tommy, because me and you even had a debate on his panel, and it started from me just sending him an email. And I ain't had but 1,000 subs at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But I got a great life hack for the audience. Just gonna take me 30 seconds. If you never want to pay property taxes again and not have your property seized under tax liens, make a family cemetery on your property and bury at least one of your past relatives on your property, and the government can never take that land from you, ever.
Wow, hey, big respect, citizens, man. I heard something about that. Very interesting. I'm gonna look into it. I got almost 10,000 square feet on my property in LA. I don't know if I can get it done where I'm at, but it sure is worth looking at.
It's protected under federal law, so it applies in every jurisdiction in the United States.
Hey, appreciate it. Thanks for bringing that up.
Charlie, I'm gonna come out to LA and holler at you, man. You got all this land in LA, man. Hey, look, when I go to Cali, I just go to the beach. But whenever I want to hit the city, whenever I want to hit that grand old LA, I'm gonna check for you, Charlie.
We'll talk about it, man. Your mi casa su casa. Salutes.
Salutes to all of y'all. I'll be dropping the link again. Let's get through this real quick, and we're gonna talk about a couple of things.
And a partner of his choosing to debate me and Andrew Wilson, whoever that is, on the topic of white supremacy in America and the oppression of blacks allegedly. Time to put this topic to bed once and for all. So, want to know who was left out of that conversation? Because Tommy been going to a Fresh and Fit podcast. He's been commenting, under the post. And Myron has a way bigger Twitter audience than Tommy. Tommy's no longer on YouTube. Tommy's a little guy now. All right? Tommy's a small guy now.
To me, O'Shea taking shots at Tommy. And I ain't gonna get in the middle of whatever they got going. I'm gonna just say he ain't a little guy. And the YouTube is just like the rap game or any other thing. You reach your prime like when Michael Jordan started getting crossed over by AI, when he had that number 45 on with the Wizards, them young boys was outrunning him, man. Allen Iverson made him look bad, bro. And nobody would dare say Jordan is a small guy now. Nigga, Jordan is Jordan. You can't take away his legacy just because we can't stay at the top forever. You know what I'm saying?
And also don't forget this part. We keep talking about Tommy falling off as if, he fell off on his own. But in reality, he had thousands of people that just genuinely didn't like him actually go to YouTube to flag him down every time he gets on YouTube. If he starts a YouTube channel today, by Wednesday, that should be gone.
Oh,
you know
my
what I'm saying?
God.
Like, how many other people go through that?
Oh,
you know what I mean?
my God.
So he wasn't even really given a fair shake, to be honest. And as somebody who's experienced that, where hundreds of people decide they want to flag my channel down constantly and having to go through 15 channels in 2 years.
Yeah,
I can empathize with that. It's not fair.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't play fair with him, because if they would have played fair with him, he would have been bigger than all their asses.
Hey, citizen, man, you so real, nigga. Guess what you made me think about? Tommy never fall off. They pushed him off. They pushed that man off the top.
Bingo.
And you know what's so sad about it? It's white supremacists out there saying the same shit Tommy's saying, and they won't go flag them white folks down. But black folks came together to take this man down.
Yeah, man. And I mean, whether you like Tommy or you don't like Tommy, at least give him that much. He didn't get a fair chance.
Tommy's trying to get attention, and nobody really cares about Tommy anymore because all of that selling out and buffooning.
You know what it makes me think about? I don't think he fell off. I think it's like what you showed yesterday, brother. Like we're getting sucked into the next level in groups. So as you said, it's an honor to fall off because it's like the Taurus field, you go up at the highest point, then you go down. But when you go down into the next layer. You understand? You go deeper than you were before. So it's a level up. Yes, you're going to start back in the beginning because it's level 2 now. You're not as good as you were in level 1. The enemy is going to be stronger in level 2. So it's an honor because you're getting sucked into the next level. It's like you showed yesterday, man.
I'm about to hit y'all a shout out, Nemesis. These are facts. These are facts before I hit play. I'm gonna start a poll. This gonna be a messy poll. You know I like to stir some shit up. Y'all gonna love me for this one. You gonna love me for that one.
You know what's crazy? If you hit up Tariq Nasheed, O'Shea Duke Jackson, Tommy Sotomayor, or Myron, or one of them right now, I guarantee you, Tommy be the only one that'll show up over here.
This is facts. I guarantee you I can email Tommy right now and do a show with him. And this man been on the news and everything, and he still will make himself approachable. It'll probably take him a minute to respond, but I know it. I never got a bad rapport with Tommy. I always kept shit funky with him, even when I disagree. So that's my thing, though. And y'all finna, hey, y'all gonna really, damn, this poll is what's up. So whose film is a bigger benefit to the people, man? Tariq's Hidden Colors series or Tommy's Fatherless America? I'm voting Tommy's Fatherless America, and I'm gonna tell y'all why in a minute. Yeah, and we can go into why, man, when we finish this video too.
Dude, Tommy's a little guy now, all right? Tommy's a small guy now. Tommy's trying to get attention, and nobody really cares about Tommy anymore because all of that selling out and buffooning.
You want to interject, Citizen Man? Want to interject?
Nah. I was actually getting ready to go into the why, but we'll get to that when it's time.
Oh, okay. Matter of fact, yeah, let's go on into the why right now before we hit play. You got it?
Well, Hidden Colors is more like teaching the history, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some of it could be arguable, some of it could be debatable, but the fact is the genre of Hidden Colors is history. Fatherless America, although it touches on the history, it's more about bringing awareness to the gravity of a problem that's currently affecting us at the present time that most people tend to ignore, or at least don't know the gravity of, don't know how deep it really goes, how far the ripple effects of this fatherless crisis spreads. You know what I mean? Like any judge will tell you, 85% of the defendants that come before them that they sentence grew up in fatherless homes or barely knew their father. You know what I'm saying? So that it's a problem. And statistics show that kids who grow up with a father versus kids who grow up with just a mother, the majority of the kids that grow up with just a mother have a much more difficult time in life, and they don't usually find success until later on. Whereas kids who have a male influence can actually, you know, tend to see success a lot sooner. You know what I mean? And me and my brother is like a prime example. My brother lived in New York with my mom when I was in high school, and I lived in Florida with my dad. You know what I'm saying? And now we're in two different worlds. I own two businesses and I do the podcasting thing. And my brother been, you know, in and out of jail most of his adult life. You know what I mean? So the results show, and we come from the same two people.
And you know what's so crazy about me analyzing this while you speak is that if a young man knows his history and watch Hidden Colors, but then have a father in the house, he's still probably going to end up toxic to our community. But if a young man don't know his history, never watch Hidden Colors, but had a solid father in his life, he's going to be a bigger asset to us. So it seemed like Tariq shit is motivated off of something I can play on the emotions of black people with real quick for some money. And Tommy's shit is motivated off of, I don't give a fuck how much money this film make. This is a problem that I want, that needs to be made.
Yeah.
And then we gotta add, Citizen Man, Tommy's movie wasn't crowd funded. Tariq asked the people to fund his shit and charged them for it.
It was an independent film. That's why it took him so long to make it. And people was even accusing him of stealing people's money and not putting out the film and shit because it was taking him so long.
Yeah. You know, whether you like the man or not, we got to keep it real and be fair, brothers. I see y'all in the chat room. Click the link, man.
Your Twitter audience and Tommy. You know, Tommy's no longer on YouTube. Tommy's a little guy now, all right? Tommy's a small guy now. Tommy's trying to get attention, and nobody really cares about Tommy anymore because all of that selling out and buffooning, nobody takes him seriously. Even Myron Gaines doesn't want to take Tommy.
Oh shit, my bad. Here we go.
You know, Tommy's no longer on YouTube. Tommy's a little guy now, all right? Tommy's a small guy now. Tommy's trying to get attention.
And we really gotta quit with that he fell off and he a little guy now shit though.
Nobody really cares about Tommy anymore because all of that selling out and buffooning, nobody takes him seriously. Even Myron Gaines doesn't want to take Tommy serious. Look at Tommy crying on this comment here.
But look, no one takes Myron serious though, at all.
I can't lie. I'm a bit hurt by this. I was on the roster before. I guess I got kicked off after the last interaction. So wait a minute, bro. you was on here buffooning for their side. Then you turned on Fresh and Fit. Then they kicked you off. Now you're hurt.
Now, Tommy says a lot of the same shit that Myron says about black people. But, and keep in mind, Tommy ain't really FBA neither. But the real shit about Tommy, you could debate that nigga. Like I said, I can respect a nigga that's approachable. You know what I'm saying? Fresh and Fit ain't gonna do nothing but argue with them women. They ain't gonna argue with no intelligent men about their dumb viewpoints.
And that's why Tariq cooked them in that debate. You know what I'm saying? Even though I didn't agree with Tariq's points, if I was moderating that debate, I would have to give Tariq the W because he had an answer for every question that they gave him, and they weren't really pressing him the way they could have on certain points that he was making. You know what I mean? And I figured out why it is. Because if you look at their platforms, Tariq versus Fresh and Fit just argue with women all the time. So they're not used to debating with men. The vast majority of the men they bring on their panel are men that they agree with. Yep. So they rarely ever debate with men. So they're constantly arguing with women. So they don't really have the capacity to analyze the logic coming at them, because a lot of these 304s that they interview on their show don't argue from logic, but Tariq was giving them logic. You know what I'm saying? So it was stumping them. But go ahead, bro. My bad.
Yeah, now it's facts.
Bro, you don't have no friends, bro. I swear. The dude tried to be anti-Tariq, then admits Tariq won the argument.
Now, one thing about the Tommy don't got no friends thing, you know, the manosphere has been divided up into so many sectors. And y'all know that Tommy still got a home over there in the 2.0, in the Angry Mans with the Anton Daniels. Like, that is still a space. You know what I'm saying? And he's still good over there. Like, that's a whole space over there. You know what I'm saying? So
then wants to debate with him.
He definitely ain't a Lone Ranger out here.
The dude tried to be anti-Tariq, then admits Tariq won the argument, then wants to debate with him against Tariq, and then gets kicked off the roster. And this is a tweet that killed him here. Stop acting like I hate Tariq Nasheed. I don't know that man. It's a one-sided fight, if anything. I only argue people's words or actions. Your ideology is what I disagree with because this is the internet. I grow every day in my knowledge of life. You should too. How do you grow, bro? You're insane. You and grow, everything decreases around you every day. Fan base decreased. Your collaborations decreased. I see you on YouTubers channels with less than like 5,000 followers, subscribers. Nobody big time will touch you. And even Fresh and Fit just dumped you. I just want to know, bro, how does all that selling out? How does it help you? How does it define you? Like, what did you get out of all of that? You know, like, I really want to know. What?
Now, I think when Thomas, this is just my opinion, I don't know the man personally. I think when he first started his career, he was a hurt black man that saw he was hurt by a lot of shit as black activity nigga coming up in the hood. He from Atlanta, so I already know he's a hurt black man. And folks will say, who hurt you? Nigga, we all hurt coming from where we coming from. Let's put that on the table. Now, the thing is this. He let it show and lashed his sentiments. And I think that he was trying to really lash out at the people on some real legitimate issues. But when you tell your people the truth, it hurt. And especially when you yelling at them and cussing at them with the truth. I know that. Trust me, I know that. Now, check this out. The people gonna fight against your ass. And what that's gonna do is make you now be an enemy against your own people. And over time, you probably forget, in the beginning, I tried to help these motherfuckers. Now I'm just trying to make them mad and piss them off and fuck them now. I think that's what happened to Tommy. Like, fuck y'all bitches now. I don't give a fuck about you no more, nigga. I hope you die. I hope you're that. Just like, fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? I think he turned, and then that's when he turned into the whole, I'ma be the coon, nigga. I'ma go over here with these white folks and do them, I'ma piss niggas off. I know they don't want me to do this interview on the news and say this, but I'ma do it anyway. Fuck them, nigga. You know, that kind of attitude. You know. That's just my little theory. Yeah.
I would agree with that, and I would say it's a bit of that. Plus, you know, if you're catching hell from every big platform you go to, and there's rifts between you and them, then there must be something that you're doing that they don't like. And if you look at these big platforms, they're all full of shit in their own little ways. You know what I mean? So when you have somebody that comes along, let's just assume all Tommy was doing was like he says he does, call it down the middle, you know, and stick to what's true and what's logical. Then naturally there's going to be conflicts when the guys who are full of shit start to, you know, push their narrative or push their agenda, and he calls them on it. Because again, with that debate, that's why Fresh and Fit got mad at him, because he had to side with Tariq, because Tariq was simply making better arguments, whether you agree with him or not. And I don't agree with Tariq, but he was making better arguments. Yeah, South America. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, and after years of having those very
shit,
same black
I was muted the whole time, Citizen, man. My bad.
people.
Yeah, hey, people, what I was telling them was, matter of fact, fuck it all. Just go ahead, man. I'm unmuted. Fuck it, my bad.
No, I was gonna say, and Tommy's attitude probably comes from, you know, after all those years of having these very same black people flagging you down and trying to destroy your career, and then hanging on that to say that, oh, you fell off and he, you know, he's small now and he's a little guy now, like O'Shea just said, you know, that'll make you say, fuck y'all. You know what I mean? Because if let's say a specific group of people, let's say globe earthers all decided we're gonna take Sanchez down, and they're constantly in your chat trolling you, and then your channel goes down, you start up another one, that channel goes down, and all these little globe earther channels are bragging about how they defeated Sanchez and shit. Wouldn't you be like, fuck y'all, I don't respect y'all no more too?
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I totally understand the history of Tommy's Make 'em Mad campaign. But when Myron do it, no. It just, you're not the same. You know, it don't come off right. It don't come off
different when you ain't of the culture. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, Tommy ain't really a tether. He might have, like, Citizen Man ain't no tether. Like, it's like, oh no, like you can have ethnicity outside of Black America, but it's just how you integrate with us.
You know
and
what
shit.
it is, bro?
You
know what it is, bro? It's criticism versus constructive criticism, right? Because your mom didn't give you compliments your whole life growing up. There was times when she had to criticize you, but you knew that it came from a good place.
That's
you know what I'm
saying.
saying?
Yep.
And let's say the times when your mom whooped your ass, right? I'm pretty sure, because you about the same age, a little older than me, so I'm pretty sure you grew up in that era. You know what I'm saying? You would still understand that my mom loves me, and I'm not gonna, you know, look at her any different because of this. I understand that I did something wrong, and this was the punishment she decided to give me as my mother, right? But let's say one of your teachers in school decided to whoop your ass for the very same thing in the same way your mom whooped your ass. You would interpret that differently. You would call that abuse. You would want something done to that person. You know what I'm saying? You would have a negative reaction to that discipline from that stranger just because of who it's coming from. So when it comes to the black issues in America, you know, you got to speak from, because it is a sensitive subject. You got to speak from a place of, look, y'all, this is where we at, but we could do better if we move this way. But saying, oh, what industries? This is what Sneako said in the argument. What industry do black people in America control? And I think he said, what was it? The movie industry? No, Tariq Nasheed answered him, and he said, sports, entertainment, you know, some blue collar industries, certain areas there's majority black business, you know, shit like that. And he gave him a sensible answer, which I actually agreed with. And then Sneako responded and said, what else? Selling crack? You know, and that shit just came off so wrong. Like he just implied that black people happen to be masters of selling crack somehow. When, first of all, black people ain't the only people that sold drugs in America. Let's get that straight.
Man,
you know,
Sneako is a little
and if that and even if it was a black person that said that comment, it would have been interpreted differently. It would have been, at least it would have came off a little less insulting. But to have it come from a half Haitian, half Filipino, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, like, is that what you really think about us? Because you're not, you know, you're not one of us. So why are you? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's some shit a racist white person would think.
Back
Straight
in
to
the
the
day,
point. They ain't one of us.
And back in the day, shout out to Grand. Back in the day, you had old white politicians making these arguments. Now they got young Mitch niggas doing it. It's crazy.
Yo, the play is genius. Hey, what's good, bro? What's good, Pat?
What's good, my nigga?
My nigga, the play is genius, though, ain't it? If you were plantation owner, how would you get the coons to go against the real niggas? Excuse me. How would you sit the coon pets against the real niggas that know that this infrastructure is fucked? You would put one of your own, or something that's a half-breed mud of your own, a piece of your own, and implement them or allow them to infiltrate the culture. The fact that Sneako even has a voice, the fact that I just said that man's name, knowing what kind of simp he is, I feel weird for even saying that person's name out loud.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, as a real nigga, I should never even have to speak on a Sneako, whatever a Sneako is. And then when you find out what that thing is, it's like, yeah, what the fuck? How did he even get over here to the real nigga table at lunch? You see what I'm saying?
Whenever he talks, it doesn't make sense. But whenever Sneako
never
talks,
does.
I'm thinking like, this is a little boy, bro. This is
Now here's the trip, right? Now here's the trip. It's still plantation politics. So, Tommy, we got to understand that you got single mothers, single fathers. You got fathers that love other fathers, that date other fathers. You got mothers that date other mothers behind those keyboards at YouTube corporate. So when you speak negatively about single black mothers, single black mothers, single black mothers, probably half of that actual job force is single black mothers, single black mothers. So what you think is gonna happen, Tommy? So that's what obviously happened. Now, when somebody sends in or tries to report a channel, it still got to go through the vetting. And the first step of vetting is the low tier 20-some-year-old, your fresh 30-year-old females and males. And we see what kind of alphabet community we got out here now. So just think about the people who get that message first behind those keyboards at YouTube. Everybody listening, think about that first. Now, Tommy is getting a taste of his own medicine, in my opinion. I love when a nigga gets a taste of his own medicine. I love that. And everything about life, as I've experienced in life.
You gotta go break that down.
But,
go ahead,
now here's what
Take your time.
Yeah, man.
I was about to ask the same thing me myself.
Yeah, because that's why I layered it first with who's behind the keyboards that's gonna actually take that channel away. So this man is speaking on the actual infrastructure that's kind of holding up the black community. When he's dogging out single black mothers and black women, but then it's like 80% dog out black women, 20% dog out the nigga that causes these kinds of, that somewhat, but more than a little bit, enables those type of what he called ratchet black woman behavior, right? So when you only talk about one side majority of the time, and then the other side, you like, but whatever though. Yeah, they had a ratchet chick, and so they had to deal with it the way that man thought he was supposed to deal with it. and then dog out the ratchet chick for 80% of the stream, eventually the people that are actually controlling this system are going to be like, get him out of here. And so he had to get out of here. Now, my other point was, he's the little brother to Tariq. He wants so bad for Tariq approval because Tariq still has the establishment behind him. And you know what I mean by that. The people that he is not allowed to talk about, or he gets everything taken away like every other brother. You can talk about white supremacy, but when you talk about a certain size hat on the white person's head, that's when shit gets crazy. And they were kind of alluding to that on that debate with Sneako and Tommy and with Myron. Oh, but yeah, y'all understand my point on that. But Myron used to work for the actual government. He was an actual spy. I forget what alphabet group he was with, but he was lit. That was his first.
DHS.
Thank you. Yes. So he's literally that. He's literally an agent. Simple. Y'all got it. But Tommy got what he deserved, though. Take a dose of your own medicine, man, and stop crying about it, yo.
Me myself, I got a question for you, right? And it's not really a challenge; it's a genuine question.
No, I get it. No, you good.
When you say somebody's got a dose of their own medicine, that means the reaction. Would that imply that the reaction to the initial action, like what happened to Tommy as a result of what he said, was I guess
justified,
forced or justified?
I think so because
here's the thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's my contention, right? I don't see them as being equal because he's just saying things, and what these people are doing is taking away his income, his livelihood. And I don't think that's a fair balance because what he's saying isn't affecting their jobs, it's only affecting their feelings. But what they're doing is affecting his ability to provide for his kids. You know what I'm saying? So I can't see how that's a taste of his own medicine. I think that's a bit of an overreaction on their part. But what do you say to that?
Now, here's what we know how powerful words are. And Tommy Sotomayor was in an era which it was before the George Floyd era. If y'all can remember back, it was the precursor energy of we got a nigga dogging out niggas, not just niggas, but the females of our tribe. And he's doing that nonstop. So that energy is going to play into the people that's going to be pulling you over. Like their own kind feel like they're trash. So we can do whatever we want. Before the Sandra Bland shit happened, Tommy Sotomayor was if we go back and look at the timeline, his energy on the internet, us seeing these images, was the precursor, even though this shit has been going on since slavery time. I'm not saying that he's the reason for white supremacy, but you will implant that into the new 20-year-old cops, the new 30-year-old judges and politicians that are actually able to run for office. That psychology of how we think about our own will play into how they physically interact with us. So that's my issue. Like, look, what we say matters, and it would lead to physical interaction or reaction. So we got to stop pretending like it's just words. It's just words. It's not that. These words lead to actions. But yeah, I get your point. Like it might be an overstepping where you take away a man's ability to feed his family, but that man's ability to feed his family was there was certain things you had to abide by to stick with. And so you got to change the system. And his way of going there, changing the system, won't gonna change shit. He was just trying to dog out black women. He ain't changing the infrastructure of the internet, the infrastructure, economic. You see what I'm saying? So Tommy Sotomayor,
let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Now listen, I'm a faithful watcher of Tommy Sotomayor. I was one of the main niggas watching that nigga. And one thing I'll say about this, I think Tommy Sotomayor attempts to dog out specific types of black women and big up other types. Like if he get a whip that you in it somehow ratchet or ghetto or something like that, you're done. He ain't gonna refrain his mouth. But if you show a little class, little Jill Scott, little Indy Irie, I seen him get him kind props. I don't see him just dogging out you see, so yeah, but I don't see how he get this stigma of he dogs out black women, because I remember Kevin Samuels got that too when Kevin was fucking just the most classiest nigga. Like, come on, and they thought he was dogging out black women. Like,
now Kevin Samuels had the type of rhetoric of prepubescent mean girl. He talks to women like women talk to women.
That's so fucked up.
When a nigga talk to women like women talk to women, they instantly get put in the simp category with a real nigga like me. You've never heard me talk about the way a woman looks. If she has, Kevin Samuels got famous on talking about how women look, and that's the reason why she ain't where she want to be. It's like, that's cute. That's shock value entertainment, and I was highly entertained. But that's as far as that nigga understanding rhetoric goes in my psychology and where I'm progressing to. Hey. Certain type of niggas on YouTube do not help me. They are just entertainment. I just want y'all, like, that's as far as it goes. But yeah, I get it though.
Before I hit play on this, you the second person I heard say that Tommy is Tariq's little bro. And I'm like, I never really knew that. That's new to me. I'm not the dude. Listen, I've been on YouTube a while. I didn't even know them two niggas was in the same lane. I didn't
Tommy
even know.
Been around long before Tariq though.
I thought so.
Now we got to go back to the first Hidden Colors and the first time we knew about Tommy. I think Tariq was. I think they're around the same period.
They about like be the same
2 years. Yeah.
Because Tommy was doing radio when Tariq was a rapper, K-Flex or some shit like when it. But I don't know. I have to verify that. But
what did you get? And again, this is going to be the case for all of these guys. You're still wanting Tariq Nasheed's attention. You're still wanting the attention of everybody. You can't get even Fresh and Fit's attention anymore.
I don't understand why O'Shea were worded like he wants their attention. And I'm not going to make this a defend Tommy show. I'm just going to make it a fair, this is a fair analysis, not just on some fuck Tommy because he down to black women. I'm just saying the kind of fairness I would like. Now, when you talk about getting them niggas' attention, it's a two-way street. What I see is Thomas Sotomayor and Tariq Nasheed have been beefing for a long time, going back and forth. And when you go back and forth, you trying to get, it's a two-way thing. We trying to get each other's attention. When Tariq came up to Vlad TV with the doll, he was trying to get Tommy's attention. That was doing way too much. You went to where that man was. You took out your money and time to get a doll made. You got a puppet made of this man. You wrote the song. You took time. He's on your mind, dog. Tommy's on your mind, Tariq. So, I mean, it's a two-way street. I don't understand why you would try. And that's what I'm saying about O'Shea.
They both got simp energy. Yeah.
My thing about O'Shea favor some guys over others. But that shouldn't show in your content. If you want to have an unbiased platform, you should still keep it real is what I'm saying.
They kicked you off because they don't need you anymore. Newsflash, bro. Nobody needs you. You had your time to be the guy. It is over, bro. You're washed up, family. Give it a rest. It's done.
Nah, I do think his time is over. I don't think Tom will never be as big as he used to be. But that ain't really a bad thing. It's a lot of niggas on YouTube that ain't never gonna get to the top. Most of them niggas. So if you made it to the top and walked down the hill when you was done, you ain't gonna stay up there for sure.
Finished. It's a wrap, family. It's over. All of that, you were the best YouTuber back in 2014, 2015, 2020. It's done now. It's 2024, bro. Stick a fork in it, right?
You know, there are old NFL players, old NBA players that say, we were the 1998 champions. We were the 2005 Super Bowl champs. We the 2008, NBA champs or whatever. Nobody say, hey, nigga, that's old as fuck, nigga. Shut your ass up, It's all right. It seemed like a little hate, right here, man.
Oh, it's definitely hate. I'm not disagreeing with that. He's obviously hating on the nigga. And he's also searching for clout because Tommy is moving. We're starting to, everybody's seeing him move more now. He's been with Cesariak. He's been with Tariq. He's been on Vlad where he got ran up on by Tariq because that was funny behind the scenes. And Vlad set up Tommy with Tariq, by the way, because they was texting behind the scenes. And in that actual clip, Tommy's like, yo, you actually you told him that I was, he's like, yo, that's messed up. It's like Vlad is a vulture. All of these are vultures vulturing off of the same piece of meat. Vlad, Tariq, Tommy, Duke, not so much. But yeah, I just started on O'Shea Duke Jackson because, yeah, you put him up on here. But yeah, They all parasites.
Hey, Gears, the truth. I'm keeping it real, man. I don't know how I'm sucking the man off by saying, hey, nigga, I always brag about when Flat Earth was the shit before they censored us. Just like with Tommy. He was the shit before they came and censored that nigga and took him down. And I do that a lot. I say that a lot. Hey, man, nigga, we used to get 100,000 views a video. I reminisce all the time about the good days when Flat Earth was getting them views. And what I do, I like to look at myself before I judge other people. So when I saw this part, I said, well, hold up. I can't agree with what O'Shea saying because I do that too. I brag about certain things. I still talk about when I was young, how I used to get a lot of girls before I became a one-man, a one-woman man. You see what I'm saying? So my thing is this. We all do it. We reminisce about when we had it, when we was up. I don't think that, what the fuck? Like, how am I wrong for saying it's stupid for someone to use that against me? Like, we all do that. That ain't me sucking the man
all real
off.
men reminisce like that.
That's
Yeah.
me keeping it real. We look back at when we was up.
All right? Ain't nobody dealing with you no more, bro. Get a job. Your career's over in this. All right? You might have your last little following over.
And you don't think what O'Shea saying is hating? And you think I'm dick riding? It's over for you. Get a job. Like, I ain't really trying to prey on a nigga to be a failure or unsuccessful. I know we can't stay at the top forever, but shit, I don't want the nigga to get a job. That mean that he just failed his whole little career. And I don't hate the man like that. I just disagree with a lot of shit he say. This the difference between me and you niggas. Because right now I can go in on Tommy and have went in on Tommy on the things I disagree with. But right here with this commentary with O'Shea, it's just a lot of just, I know O'Shea don't fuck with Tommy. See, I know this history. That's why I'm saying what you don't see.
On Rumble.
And I still think O'Shea is a cool dude. I just know when O'Shea don't fuck with you, this is what he gonna do.
Even on Twitter, nobody care about you on Twitter, bro. On IG, nobody care about you nowhere.
Come on, bro. That don't sound like hate. Come on, man.
Nah, that sound like a girl, bro. That's girl talk. Nobody like your hair.
Nobody care about you. Nobody like you. Get a job. Get a job. Like, and you know, you can not like Tommy and still say, well, yeah, Sanchez, that's kind of, you know.
Okay? And I'm just letting you know that when you sell out like Tommy, this is y'all futures too. You think the grass is so green on the other side? What?
Hey, you know the dude in Detroit that made the water machine, Moses West? He worked for the United Nations now. Is he a sellout? Let's talk about it.
Hey, man. Yep.
Is he a sellout?
If he gonna start selling it, then yeah, he is sellout.
No, brother, Tommy working for the enemy. Tommy working for the white man, and Moses West is too. And guess what? All of us is too.
I cash my check every third of the month. Yes, sir, Ski. Sure do. Both of them.
And my thing is this. Moses West had his water machine in Detroit and niggas vandalized it. So my thing is, if Moses West is a sellout, it's because you niggas didn't buy in. He sold out because y'all didn't buy in. And so in that case, I can't blame that nigga. He presented something to his people, and instead of them supporting, protecting, and getting behind this genius black man, they vandalized it. So you didn't buy in to what he was selling his own people. He could have been a sellout to his own people if y'all would have bought in. But we buy into the hip hop music, Drake's, the fucking bullshit, and any young bright inventions, any shit that's necessary, that's beneficial. We don't buy into it. We vandalize it. Now look, you didn't buy in, so he sold out. You can't be mad at that, my nigga. He gave you the option first, and you declined it.
Bro, it's like this analogy of crabs in a bucket, and then this crab finally got out, but he got to the one who owns the bucket. You know, he got to the fisherman. It's like, yeah, if that's selling out, if that's what selling out is, it's like you got rid of the crabs in the bucket, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Tariq will not say anything about the owner of the plantation. I promise you that. Because the owner of the plantation cut my 2 checks every third of the month, every single month too. Like it's only but so far, and it's crazy the system that like plantation probably the system that we're up under, call it oppressed or whatever, or willful ignorance, or just going along out of sight, out of mind. I'm just gonna padoop every single day until I'm in the dirt, you know what I mean? Or somewhere else. But like it's the type of fight that we have to fight to actually start gaining control of the system that's in control of us right now and cutting our checks. It's a different type of fight, man.
Yeah.
Because Tariq's not gonna say anything about, you know, the little hats. And they was right about that. As much as I can't stand Fresh and Fit and the weirdos over there, the simps over there, they was right about that. There's levels to it. But yeah, it's just cool that we're starting to have these conversations and we're starting to campaign, whether it's starting off as, you know, vitriol, and then we're starting to understand each other's deeper meaning and deeper point. But I see that all sectors of the Black conscious community are starting to merge together now. So I want to keep that shit going, keep the communication going, because that's what rules the nations, regardless of how we feel. But yeah, shout out to y'all.
Shout out to you.
Why don't he get so much interaction and activity from these white folks on Twitter? They don't like him. But all the pro-blacks getting a lot of activity.
And I just want to be clear too about this. I want y'all to sub to O'Shea. That's my nigga. I ain't got no problems with O'Shea. I think Tommy never really had a fair shot. I made a lot of videos defending Tommy years ago. I've been saying that, hey, I don't like the shit he say either, but if we gonna censor him, we think about it, right? I believe every man should be on here and be able to say what the hell they want to say, whether you like it or not. My beef is Americans are wimps, man. Because back in the day, a nigga can say what he want and it was protected by the Constitution. I was in the military fighting for the freedom of speech. That means you can say what the fuck you want to say. People dying for that. How you not gonna give that to them? People dying for them to have that. So I don't give a fuck if you saying something that really fucks with me and I hate it. I'm just gonna cover my ears, change the channel, and I ain't listening to you. I'm not gonna stand there listening to you and say, white man, go shut him up. Get him, shut him up. The same white man that you said you don't like. I don't really understand how all of these black folks can go get the white man and take another nigga down because they don't like what he's saying. But the white man will let me talk shit about him all day and he won't take me down. But the white man will help black folks take another black folks down that's talking shit about black people. But the white man won't even take me down for talking shit about him.
Yeah, they did that with Cynthia G too. They got her off.
That's crazy.
And that's a deep question, bro. Because when you think about that play you said, like, we won't do this, but we'll do this with each other. But we won't do this against them. It's almost like the powers that be know that the influence we have amongst ourselves can be so powerful where they got to shut that shit down right away.
Here's the...
Yeah, go ahead.
No. So here's the thing, right?
Yeah, go ahead. You got it.
So we blaming black people for flagging down Tommy or whatever, right? But here's the thing.
It ain't no, we ain't blaming them. That's just who did it. Yeah, that's who did it, right?
They got channels and they were bragging about it. That's who did it.
Ain't no blame.
Right.
The
people,
I remember the history. I was there.
Right. Okay. Somebody can go flag somebody, but YouTube has to actually review the video and take it down themselves and apply strikes to the channel.
It ain't that cut and dry. It ain't that cut and dry. It ain't that cut and dry. It ain't that cut and dry, bro. I've been working for Google for a decade. I just got paid yesterday from Google. When the last Google check you had? Do you do this for a living? It's not that cut. Please listen, bro. Let me tell you something. Don't come up here in your feelings and emotions. Take a deep breath right now because I don't want this to go left. I think this can be a good discussion, but just relax. What I'm telling you is, my brother, is not that cut and dry. Your video can get taken down if enough people complain about it even if the shit ain't got nothing against their guidelines, bro. I've seen this happen plenty of times. You ought to know that if you've been on YouTube. Power is in numbers.
So you're telling me right now that Tommy was doing nothing that violated community guidelines?
Let me answer you. Let me answer you. Let me answer you. If roasting black women, saying that they stinky, nasty, they pussy stink and all that, that ain't against the guidelines, bro. It's gangster, bro. If you cut me off, I'm gonna kick you off. I said be respectful. I'm still answering you. I'm gonna stop when I stop, and you can talk long as you want. Here's what I'm telling you. If you saying that's against the guidelines, take him off, then guess what? You need to take every game channel off of YouTube because they keep talking, dissing each other dead people. If you shoot a nigga, then go online and say, I'm glad he dead. I'm smoking that nigga now. And you recording a video of you pissing on his grave. You can go pull that up right now, sir. YouTube leaving that up. They don't care if you disrespect the dead, even though them people family gonna be crying and hurting. YouTube is very selective what it leaves up and take down. It ain't cut and dry because big YouTubers can get away with stuff that small YouTubers can't get away with. So yeah, it's a lot of things we do every day that's against their guidelines, and they don't even take the video down, nigga. Why? Because they making money from it. But if enough people complain about it, you're snitching. Now, if those people that's complaining about it are black people, they going to the same white man that they accusing Tommy of working with, and they working with him to bring Tommy down. They're snitching. That's all I'm saying, bro. All I'm saying is, if all of us want freedom of speech, quit snitching on niggas. Cause words don't hurt me. Let that nigga say what he want. That's all I'm saying, bro. But go ahead.
All right, so I can talk now without getting muted and threatening to get thrown off the show.
You about to get thrown off again. I'm threatening you right now.
Yeah, I know. You always do.
Cause guess what, bro? All I asked for was respect. And I got to throw ratchet niggas off and mute them because they don't know how to respect me. I said I'm finished and you got the mic. Take your time, but you want to be a smart ass. Just talk, man. Go ahead. Just get the mic, man, and answer the question. Quit being sarcastic and all smart. Relax, my nigga. Damn. Go ahead. Take the mic, man.
So I asked you if what Tommy was doing on his show was it against community guidelines, and it was because what he does can be seen as harassment and bullying. Also, you can add hate speech in there as well.
That ain't how the guidelines. That ain't what it says.
Yes, that is how it works.
No, it ain't, bro. That ain't what harassment. That is not what harassment and bullying mean. Otherwise, I can take a comedian's video down because they joked on me. Like, that is not how it works. Harassment and bullying mean I put your photo up on the screen. I'm bringing up your job, your children. I'm all in your family house. If Tommy done shit like that, then he broke the guidelines before then. Yeah.
The example Sanchez brought earlier
so
about
you telling me he's never roasted
I don't know,
woman?
my nigga. I don't know if
you don't know, but you said earlier.
I'm saying, hold up. I said if he's roasted him, that ain't against the guidelines. We can roast. That's cool. I'm saying when you go to pulling up people's photos on the screen with their husband, wife, family, and you talking shit about all that, yeah, that's harassment. They'll take it. If Tommy done that, I ain't defending him on that. That's bullshit. But if he roasting black women, that ain't against the guidelines. I can go live tomorrow and roast white men all day. I can say white man got some motherfucking little dicks. White man is, and I can do that, bro. And they not gonna take my
Tuka, right? They spoke on Tuka. That's the same thing that the truth just was saying. Like the truth. Listen, the thing you just said don't make sense. Sanchez gave examples like videos that you can find on YouTube that would contradict the guidelines you just mentioned. Harassment.
Him bringing up other people don't take away from my point. So what are you talking about?
What is your point?
I'm talking about guidelines.
What the hell is your point?
Y'all want to cry and whine about black people flagging Tommy down, but Tommy was doing things to get flagged down.
Listen what I'm telling you, bro. Listen what I'm telling. Listen. Hold on, other guy.
Decided to take his channel down.
I got you. Listen what I'm telling you, man. The people that run YouTube ain't finna argue with their consumers. Put it this way, right? If I'm up in Walmart, but I'm not doing nothing wrong, but if 50 motherfucking customers say that guy making me uncomfortable, you know what security gonna do? They gonna say, sir, you got to leave. And I can stand there and say, but I didn't do nothing all I want to. Guess what security gonna say? We had 50 people making a complaint about you. We just want you out of our store, man. We have the right to refuse service to anyone we want, and we want you gone. We don't care if you didn't do nothing or not. You got to go. Nigga, they ain't finna make 50 people walk out they store and not spend money for your one ass. They don't give a fuck if you did some or not. If 50 customers said they uncomfortable, you getting the hell out that store. And that's how YouTube work. It's business, man. God damn.
So if it's business and Tommy had all these big channels, right?
But they ain't monetized, right? But they ain't monetized, right? Thank you.
Let me monetize, sir. Why wasn't they monetized?
Because guess
sir?
what? When you're doing uncut content, YouTube don't allow for monetization. I got a channel that ain't monetized because I cuss like a pirate over there. And I say whatever I want over there. So when I'm over there, I got to beg for Cashaps because I can't get no monetization. But that's why that channel is so big, though. That's my biggest channel because I'm just off the chain, like on some Tommy shit, nigga. I'm all that. Your uncut shit is going to have more followers and numbers, but it might not be monetized, though. But you can filter all that to your edited stuff, your monetized stuff. Every YouTuber know that trick. Every YouTuber know that game. If you want to say what you want, you make another channel for that. But all the Tommy channels was him flying out of his mouth saying whatever. So he didn't really monetize on YouTube like that. Now, there was an era where he was, and he used to say, send in a super chat, make him mad. And when they started demonetizing a nigga, he just went straight Cash App. Now, the thing is this right here. I think we asking the wrong questions. I think this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm going to say. I think black people need to quit giving their energy to shit that don't serve them. Because a bunch of black people came together to get a nigga off YouTube that they didn't like hearing when they could have just logged off. But a bunch of black people won't come together to make our own YouTube, which is why we got to keep going to White Zaddy and say, tell him to leave me alone. You couldn't take him off your own black-owned platform. I wish I could see black folks come together for more productive shit just to get a nigga channel taken down than just to get a nigga fucking channel taken down. Like, if we had that much motivation towards something that really mattered, like black folks ain't came together like that to take white supremacy down. But they went to the white man to take a black man down, and they did it in unity. But these niggas can't unite to take down, to stop the gentrification in they fucking hood. That's why I ain't mad at Tommy. They proved the nigga right when they took him down, if you ask me.
And it won't help fix up the neighborhoods, get the violence out the hood and prostitution and all that. But you take down somebody's channel just for just speaking his mind on something.
And here's the thing too. Speaking of free speech, it's like they're glad Tommy got flagged. He sits here, he justifies it. No offense, no disrespect, but it's the same thing that happened to Flat Earth. People were fine with Flat Earth getting censored, and then after they censored Flat Earth, then they started politically censoring. Then they changed the rules again to start censoring people for exposing what was happening in 2020. Then they changed the rules again for people who were complaining about the election fraud in the 2020 election. And they just constantly keep moving the goalposts to take away our free speech because they know there's always going to be cheerleaders that are going to try to justify that shit without any second thought of, if one day they decide that they don't like what I'm saying, all that cheering that I was doing for those other people getting flagged, I'm going to get flagged too, and they're going to be cheering for me going down. They don't think that far ahead. It's like, you don't have to agree with what a man is saying, but you do have to defend his right to say it.
Right.
That's a great point. And me myself definitely agrees with that. Just gonna put that out there into the airwaves.
So here's the thing about free speech, right? And y'all talking about your constitutional rights and all that. I don't know if y'all know, but YouTube is a privately owned platform, right? So your constitutional rights don't apply to them. That's why they have guidelines,
That's true.
community guidelines, right? So
That's true.
I
That's
can't
something.
go run up in your house and say whatever I want to you and be like, well, I got free speech and I got the freedom to assembly and the freedom
I agree
to
with you.
protest and all that
I agree.
shit, right?
Hey, look, I want to
So-
piggyback. I want to agree with you with that. I'm saying you're right, brother, but they should do it to everybody, right? They shouldn't pick and choose. Meaning, if I start talking shit about a white man's penis size right now, they should take me down too, but they not. They only gonna take you down if you talk about black women. Now, you may
That's
like the idea. That's facts. I never saw a person get taken down for bashing white women. You know that the white guys got their own manosphere and they talk shit about they women too, and the white women don't get them taken down. They go up there and debate them niggas. Real talk. I'm subscribed to these niggas. Rolo and all of them. Check this out, right? Everybody have a community of people that should be taken down if we gonna base it on how Tommy was taken down. See, I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. Tommy was out of line in a lot of stuff he said and how he said it. I ain't gonna trip on that. I'm just saying, so what? We shouldn't take him down because sometime I'ma fly out of my mouth and say some shit against a group of people that's gonna be kind of heated. And I still want to keep my channel. Now, I'm gonna let you get the mic, brother, but I want to ask you a question. Don't you want to be able to say what the fuck you feel and at any given time, no matter how fucked up it is, and still have a right to do that? And even though if it's I get it, YouTube a private platform, but this is how the government get around the Constitution. They privatized it. That's a whole nother subject though we can get on. But you got it, man. I ain't just disagreeing with you on everything.
So to answer your question, I do want to, but there's also a time and a place for everything.
But you grown,
right? So
nobody tell you when to do something. Yeah.
Right. So if I want to say what I want to say in my own home and to people in the real world, I can do that.
That ain't what I'm talking about. See, I was in the military, and one of the main things I fought for, being a nigga who in the military and a rapper, bro, when I came up rapping, we was saying some of the sickest shit. Listen, if we're gonna police what Tommy's saying, let's police what drill rappers are saying. Cause I think a nigga talking about dissing the dead and smoking on a nigga he just shot the fuck up, that's way more evil than a nigga arguing with a black woman on her being a single mother or some shit like that, right? So I'm just saying, if we gonna do it, let's do it where it really matters. Because if we gonna start saying, okay, he should be just saying that in his house. If you're gonna dictate where a nigga is allowed to say certain things at, then I don't think none of these drill rappers should be saying what they saying in public. I don't think we should have a little bitty boy rapper named Little R.T. out here who ain't even 15 talking about eating ass and all that. Let's really use this power for a good cause if we gonna use it. Cause I would have ignored Tommy and told all them black people, hey, let's go silence some of these drill rappers and Lil RT and all them. If we're gonna use this power, I don't think we using it and prioritize. Our priority's wrong. Tommy wouldn't have been on the first of my list with this much power if we got the power to silence people. Oh yeah, why didn't they silence the Ku Klux Klan first? That's who they accused Tommy of working for. They accused him of working with the racist white men. So why silence the racist white man's little pun first versus silence those racist white men yourself if you got that much power? But they don't got that much power, because guess who they got to go to silence this black man? The white man. Which goes back to what I was trying to tell you earlier. We need to focus on getting power, not by arguing to white zaddy on what a nigga doing on the white man's platform, right? Because we need to be spending that energy to get our own platform, and that way they could have kicked Tommy off they pro-black platform instead of going to the white man that they hate. See, all of these black folks had to go beg the white man who they said that Tommy working for. But when the white man took Tommy video down, that proved to me that the white man can't be working with Tommy. Why would they take his video down? See, if they thought Tommy was working with white folks, why would they go to white folks to help take Tommy down? That don't sound right.
Not to mention Cynthia G, for example, was one of the people, black woman, that celebrated when Tommy was getting taken down off YouTube. She was basking in it. Then look what happened to her. I rest my case.
She also was another sellout who deserved to be flagged down for the.
But she ain't been flagged down though. She's still up and running.
She did, bro. But she came back.
Her main channel got flagged down.
And guess what? I bet you it wasn't by black women. I bet you the people that flagged Tommy down didn't flag Sexy Red down.
Nope, they did not.
Right. That part.
So
that part, bro. That part. There ain't no soul. That part.
So what?
You comparing music.
Yes, it ain't about music. It's about your message. And if a person message is bad, it don't matter if they rap it, sing it, do spoken word. It don't matter. The message is out there. We ain't even finna play this damn game about whether it's music or not. You sound stupid. Now this nigga about to make me mad. We was doing good. Like, just keep this shit real, man. Keep this shit real, man. I just told you I don't even disagree with a lot of shit you saying. But don't come with the fake shit, bro. It don't matter whether that shit hip-hop or not, nigga. You motherfuckers ain't going to take Sexy Red down, and that's a point, bro. Ain't no way around that, man. Just acknowledge that that's something we need to work on. That don't mean you wrong. That don't mean you lost the debate. That just means Sanchez is showing you why we need to use our resources for other more important things. We didn't use our resources to take Sexy Red down. Somebody else did. But we used them to take Tommy down, and we both can agree Sexy Red got the most influence on our little girls. Our little girls ain't trying to be like Tommy. I'm just keeping it real, man.
Use that power for a greater cause than taking down a black man just talking about, it's like the Joneses at the lunchroom. Instead of taking down the black guy, the brother that's telling the jokes about everybody, take down the people that's causing the scenarios of why he's telling those jokes, why we even in those situations. So take down the greater power, take down the ratchet shit. But that's a great point, my nigga. And I'm glad you brought that to the table, because we for sure got the power to what they call it, cancel people, right? We for sure got that power as the black community.
And we don't cancel
that power for greater.
Right.
Exactly.
We don't cancel the people we need to because we too busy buying their music. If you go to a Sexy Red concert, most of the people in the crowd gonna be the black women that Tommy talking about. Them the people that flag Tommy down. So that's why I said them ain't the people that flag Sexy Red down, because everything Tommy say is what Sexy Red represent, and they flag him down because the truth hurt, nigga. Facts.
So there's actually more black people in the world who are against the Sexy Reds of the world, all these ratchet black female rappers who then came up out the, what I'm saying, that's been being pushed, then who came together, all these black people, which is probably a very small number of people who y'all claim came together to knock Tommy off. So it's really a bad argument. The thing is again, you say it's no difference because it's music. Well, when it comes to YouTube and the platforms, it is, because music and stuff like that is more protected than somebody who's just doing commentary on a show, right?
That's
so you
crazy.
you spoke of using profanity and stuff like that. If somebody mass flags a rap song that has nothing but profanity, it's not gonna get flagged down versus somebody who might be using nothing but profanity in a regular YouTube video that they do.
I don't
commentary on
understand
something.
what you saying, but I want to do something real quick. Hold on, the truth. Can I get a mic check from Tommy Sotomayor? Salutes if that's Tommy We got to make sure it's him. Hold on. We're going to give him time to get his stuff set up. But in the meantime, I want to ask you some of the truth. And if that's Tommy, we'll let him debate on his own behalf. But right now, I want to ask you what you just said. And salutes to Tommy if that's him.
Can you hear me?
Yep, now we can hear you loud and clear. Welcome to the show, man.
Video won't show.
Huh?
I don't know why the video won't show.
Oh, okay. You probably got your camera. If you got any other apps open that uses your camera, refresh those and then try to start your video again.
I'm still kind of scratching my head on this whole thing. I mean, it's just like I've gone times without a girlfriend, but then there's times where there's never been a time in my life where I wanted a relationship or wanted to have a woman and I didn't have one. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
What in the world?
Hey, that might be somebody under Tommy name playing a
Yeah,
video
don't tell
clip.
me you getting trolled.
They'll play a clip with his voice or something like that. So, but yeah, if he unmute or whatever, we'll play it by ear. But yes, man, I'm just saying what you doing ain't right, brother, because you're trying to say, well, what Sexy Red doing different than what Tommy doing? If you're saying Tommy is degrading black women, you can't sit up here and say Sexy Red ain't degrading black women too. Even worse than Tommy, because she is a black woman and she's embodying everything Tommy says about black women. There we go. We got Tommy in the motherfucking house, nigga. Let's clap it up, drop a bomb. For sure.
Bomb, bro. For sure.
It's going down. Hey, the truth. Hey, the truth. You don't gotta talk to me no more. The truth.
Hey,
You can
Tommy's
talk
like
to-
Candyman. You say his name 5 times, he shows up.
Hey, if you talk about me enough, somebody gonna come tell me they talking about you. That's what I'm gonna do.
They said, man, something about Tommy and the small channels, because Tommy falling off because he be on the small channels. And this a prime example of what I'm talking about, how he hopped on here.
This whole thing.
So the truth, go ahead.
Relationships, men and women.
Oh, he must be watching.
For the vast majority of people who pay attention to this content, this is the first time they've actually put thought into this issue.
Oh, that's from you. That's from your TV or something in the background.
Yeah,
Tommy.
it's the background.
But
from
this what I'm gonna do though. Since Tommy up here, I mean, I can quit arguing with you, man. You can address him yourself, man. Don't be scared. Go ahead.
I mean, you act like I wasn't responding to what your commentary was. My whole point was y'all trying to make it seem like y'all trying to get on black.
You gotta unmute yourself, Tommy. There you go.
Yeah, but I'm hearing a bunch of people talk. I'm wondering why I'm hearing so many people talking.
That's
Must got a stream open or something.
He got something on tabs open. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, if you grew up and say you got a
Yeah, he got some audio going.
The other guy had something up.
In about 10 years, you're probably gonna have 2 or 3 of those. You get what I'm saying? Like it's
Bro Sanchez, you got to mute everybody but Tommy.
With the
okay.
Only him.
Hold on, let me see. We're gonna see now.
Yeah, mute and see if it's just me.
Or something like that. That's just kind of how it works out. And when you get older,
Yeah, it's something in your background going on, some kind of audio. It's a fella up here got smoke with you though.
Hold on, let me find out what this is going back and forth.
So,
because it shouldn't be anything. Hold on.
Two big ass issues. Talking about
I like how you trying to push off saying I got smoke with him when it was smoke with y'all talking.
Well, think about this, right? Think about this, right? I'm basically up here defending your smoke for Tommy, and I'm just defending Tommy. But if he's here, I don't gotta do that. That's what I'm saying. And you acting scared right now, but okay.
No, I'm not acting scared. I can. What I'm saying it didn't come out of Tommy's mouth. Y'all was defending why Tommy.
Listen, what I'm telling you, brother. Listen, brother. What I'm telling you, you need to do. You need to tell Tommy why you feel like he was priority number 1 for black people. Why you think that he should have been flagged down.
I'm just trying to claim.
He wasn't okay. He wasn't priority number 1 for black people. Again, Tommy is not a household name. Nobody.
Now he changing the goalpost. He want to just go back and forth with me. That's all.
I can bring whatever argument you want to him. If Tommy wants to make the same argument that black people flagged this channel down, they should have put their resources somewhere else instead of coming after him, then we can have that argument. It don't matter.
Just said
But my argument wasn't that it was black people. YouTube, black people don't run YouTube. YouTube makes the final say so in whether his channel stays or goes, whether the strike is applied or not.
I'm all right.
That was my argument from the get-go, correct?
Tommy, whatever. I got it fixed. Okay, there we go. So the argument, Tommy, thank you for getting that straight and everything. I'm gonna cam up too. The argument was, me and him was going back and forth because I said if black people got the power to silence a man, Tommy wouldn't have been at the first of my list. It's so many other folks we could have silenced. I said, why didn't y'all silence the Klan or the white supremacists you speak of? You silence the nigga that worked for him, in your words. That's kind of what the argument was. And it was a couple of more points from the O'Shea video, the Myron beef with Fresh and Fit and all that. But I'm going to let the truth say what he got to say to you to his face, because he think that your message is toxic to the people in a way that you have been talking to black women throughout the years, that you should be taken off YouTube and that you don't deserve a voice.
So let me express my argument. When I came up here, I made it known that y'all claim black people took them down. I don't believe black people have the power to take people down. YouTube is not ran by black people. YouTube made the decision to terminate his channels. Okay, so that was YouTube. YouTube is ran by people with pale faces, whether they white or you call them small hats, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's not black people. They have the final say so. Black people do not have the power to get people flagged down on YouTube. Otherwise, all these anti-black platforms would be gone off of YouTube, and they still here doing what they do. My argument was that Tommy got his channel got terminated because he was doing things that violated community guidelines. If he wasn't doing things that violated community guidelines, then he wouldn't have been flagged down.
Like what?
That's my argument.
Like what was Tommy doing to violate? Can y'all put us both on the screen at the same time? I only one state.
You were doing things such as that will be deemed hate speech.
Hold up. Hey, the
bullying
truth.
And harassing.
Hey, the truth. Can you cam up, man?
Not right now.
Oh, because I see him, but I don't see me.
Okay, I'm gonna put the cam on just the video participants for a minute. So if you cam up, brother, it'll be you and Tommy.
But
go ahead with your argument. The truth, you got it. Y'all got it.
No, I already said. Did you hear my answer to your question?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't really hear it. What did you say? Well, you said I was breaking the YouTube guidelines.
I said you was doing things that will be deemed harassment and bullying and hate and possibly hate speech.
Who was I harassing?
Again, it's no particular. I mean, you did shows on particular people all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
but
like
you hear why? I mean, you can clear up the misconception. Why
I can't clear up.
YouTube gives you the emails, right? So why was your channels taken down?
They don't. Anybody that's ever had a channel taken down will tell you. And if you've looked and seen all these other people complaining about it,
right?
So they don't any why your channel is flagged down.
Overview of what you just said. They won't tell you any particular incident in which you did it, how you did it, or who it affected.
Right. They'll just say you violated our community. Listen.
What community guidelines
I'm trying to answer you, bro, so y'all can move forward past this one. They will say you violated community guidelines, but they will never tell you which one, what you did, or none of that.
No, they will tell you which guideline you.
They never do. They never do.
Yes, they do. Because I've been flagged before, and they'll tell you harassment and bullying.
Wait, what? You've been what?
I've been flagged before.
Oh, that's ironic. Then you don't deserve to have a channel on YouTube by that logic.
No, I say I've been flagged, not terminated, sir.
Yes. Okay.
There's a difference. There's a difference.
Somebody can flag you. Anybody can flag you. If you've ever done something like I was flagged off of Twitter just a little while ago? Because I was impersonating myself.
I'm talking. All right, but you taking it to Twitter. I'm saying
the algorithm for good or bad. They do.
Now, Tommy. So again, being as I've been flagged. I have a YouTube channel. I've been flagged before. I know for a fact that they will tell you which guideline you violated when you get a strike. They just don't tell you.
I said to you specifically, I said they will say something like, they will say multiple violations, it's been taken down. I can even show you email. I can show you screenshots of the emails I've got on all the channels. I still have the channels. Multiple violations.
Okay. So you've never got a guideline. You've never got a specific strike for like harassment and bullying.
No, I've gotten specific strikes years ago where specific strike fight it. They stopped giving me specific strikes. And I would ask him, I said, this channel has been up 8 months, no strikes. It's gone now.
Okay, can I ask, is this after you've been terminated before?
I've been terminated way back in 2013.
2000. Well, okay, so that would make sense because once you're terminated one time on YouTube, you're not supposed to like
Nasheed.
Well, I don't know his history like that, so I don't know if he been terminated.
You have to know it. Just like when you were telling me something, you don't have to know it. If
I'm
telling you, and the audience members can tell you, can back it up. That's why when people
I'm not saying you was lying.
Personally telling the truth.
Yeah, I'm not saying you was lying. I was just saying I didn't know about that.
I understand. Yeah, I was just pointing out. You would know. You'd have a point of reference now going forward. That there's a man by the name of Tariq Nasheed who had an entire channel taken down. He's back. He's been back for years.
Okay. So let me ask, do you think that's why they terminate you and don't give you a reason because they consider that band evasion?
I think that people who dislike you can get that to happen. That's why I was telling you about the whole algorithm thing that we love to point out. Yet we don't point out that the algorithm can be used by people who are black, but we'll turn around and say, oh, well, black people don't have that power. Oh, yes, they do. And just like Brother Sanchez was saying, once you figure out the algorithm can knock down one thing, you can use that same algorithm to knock down other things. So let's just say Tommy should have been priority one. Once you got rid of Tommy on priority one, guess who should have been priority two? That's the point. And none of y'all have no answer for that. While y'all talking about I'm toxic and I'm worse than Sexy Red. Okay, you got me. Now where's Sexy? Why is Sexy Red still there? Hell, gone dead. His stuff's still up. The man who was accused of killing him, his stuff's still up. So you can only take down Tommy. And now that you have been using Tommy all these years to where you figured out the algorithm and how it goes, you could have taken down a whole lot of other black folks that get up on here. Like there's several YouTubers that just dox people all day. Somebody tell me I'm lying. They just sit around and they dox black folks all day. Any YouTuber they don't like, they put up that YouTuber's address, family, everything. And you know what y'all do? Just go watch them. Y'all don't say that's messed up. They talking about these people's kids. That's messed up. They putting up these people's stuff. That's toxic. Just Tommy was toxic. Now y'all done. The job's done. We've used the algorithm. We don't know how to use it no more. Remind me of the United States. They went to the moon. Now they done forgot how to get back. Niggas done learn how to take your shit down. One guy. Now they done forgot how to do it. I'm sorry.
Well, let me say this, right? I never said that you was worse than Sexy Red. And also, people like Sexy Red, King Von, any other drill artist you want to name or ratchet artists you want to name, those people are backed by record labels and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Which are connected to the same people who run YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So in a sense, they are protected. So we can't just go flag down again. We can't just go flag down Sexy Red's new music video because she's a ratchet black woman rapping about ratchet, degenerate stuff, right? It just don't work like that. The community guidelines don't work like that because music, comedy, stuff like that is protected in a way.
Okay, so now we're gonna sit here as black folks and say we're the same black people, and I want y'all to listen to this. We're the same black people who are always talking about freedom of speech and how they shut our speech down. Then we turn around and we say freedom of speech for the guy who's leaking people's information. That's better. We'll let that guy stay up, but not the guy who's saying black women need to stop doing this. Black women keep doing this. That guy, we need to take his stuff down because, well, it's against the guidelines. Well, so is doxing people. It specifically says it. And yet nobody sits up there and y'all ain't got no videos about the doxer. You got a bunch of videos about me, none about the doxer. You just said I can go down the street and nobody know who Tommy is. I can't go to the restaurant, sir, and nobody stops me and won't stop me and say, who are you? I can't go to the game and nobody stops me and says, who are you? I went out last night and I had to let the nigga know, hey, man, I'm trying to eat. At a place called Rays on the River here in Atlanta. Everywhere I go, somebody stops me, but I get it. You don't know. But then how would you know? Because do you go around telling people, hey, do you know Tommy? Is that your first part of your conversation when you're speaking to people, sir? Do you do that? Because if you don't, then you couldn't say what you just said, which is I can go all over the place and people wouldn't know who Tommy was. That's like me saying I could go around, people wouldn't know who you were. Well, I wouldn't know that unless I asked them. If I was such a nobody, why is it I've been off YouTube for so long and they can't stop using my name? I don't know how many people keep using nobody's names like that. I'm just curious. When nobody know who I am, then why the fuck you can go every day and put my name in it? Do it yourself. Every day, put my name in it, say for today. And see how many videos there are with my name in it. With me being tagged. So when we say these things, and again, I would love for people to try and tell me what I've said. When you say, well, you know, the system took him down, it wasn't black folks. Well, black folks could complain about ghetto gaggers if black women care so much about how they were viewed. Notice they don't try to flag that down. They just keep participating in it. And notice that none of you black men go around and call those women coons. Y'all let them ride on out. Y'all don't have nothing to say about them. Y'all ain't exposed now, ghetto gagger. Why not? Y'all ain't exposed now, drug dealer in y'all neighborhood. Why not? Y'all ain't exposed now, child molester. Y'all ain't got no videos about your uncle. You know he been molested. Hell, he molested you. I can't see now video of y'all talking about your uncle that's molesting, how toxic he is. I want y'all to understand how fake these people are. And no offense to you, brother, I don't know you. But all these people up here fake as hell because they get online to be armchair revolutionaries. Tell y'all how somebody else that's online is a problem. They don't get online to tell you somebody that's in a real life a problem. Why not? Why that person get to skate by? Oh, the YouTube guy, we got to get rid of him. Wait a minute. You can stop me by just not hitting the X. You can hit the X and I'm gone. You ain't got to listen to me. How the fuck I harass you when you keep coming to me? I don't tag niggas' name in my videos. How you gonna sit up there and I want y'all to listen to how some of these people who hate me, they've been watching Tommy for 9 years. I've been watching Tommy since I was in the middle school. I hate Tommy. I'm 40 now. Like what? You kept watching this shit? Imagine y'all, and I always use this example. Imagine if I was sitting up here and all I did was watch gay corn. I know I have to say it that way. You got to watch your words. All I did is watch gay corn. I knew every gay actor. I knew every gay scene. Wouldn't y'all think after a while that I might be enjoying that? Mm-hmm. How you gonna watch Tommy for all these damn years talking about you can't stand him? Oh, I can't stand penises, and all my videos is just dicks. Just nothing but dicks.
Bro, cooking,
I think you like it. You know a lot about dicks. Now I know a lot about Tommy. Y'all motherfuckers know where he live, who he been with, everything he does. I can't stand him. No, it seems like you can. It seems like you're the biggest fan. And let me tell you something, sir. So when I got off YouTube, since y'all believe everything you say, oh, well, YouTube got him off. We didn't do anything. I thought I worked for the white man and I'm cooning. All y'all black folks who listen, I thank you, Brother Sanchez, for giving me this opportunity. I want y'all to see the paradox that we have right here. I work for the white man and I'm cooning. I believe it. I do it. That's what I do. I coon for the white man. Then why the fuck would the white man kick me off because you offended? Wouldn't the white man keep me on so I can keep on cooning? Wouldn't the white man keep me on so I can keep on pushing his message with a black face? Ain't that what he would do? But all of a sudden, apparently that ain't what's happening. Apparently we done switched up. Now that's not what's happening. The white man instead keeps on Dr. Umar Johnson for talking about bunny hoppers. The white man apparently keeps on Tariq Nasheed for saying the white man is the problem. Suspected white supremacist. So the suspected white supremacists allow Tariq Nasheed to expose suspected white supremacists. Oh, but we got to get our fellow coon off.
Right.
Somebody make some sense of that. I guarantee you motherfucking can't. There is no sense to somebody trying to tell you, oh, we got the coon off the white man's network. But the pro-blacks get to stay online. The pro-blacks get to stay online. The killers get to stay online. The doxers get to stay online. The ratchet hoes get to stay online. All these people get to stay, and none of you black folks got a problem with that. But Tommy popped back up. We got you offline. What you doing back? And you know what that sound like, Brother Sanchez?
Uh-huh.
Sound like what happened when the slave would run away. Who did you go complain to get the slave caught? The slave master.
Right.
And they went straight to the white man to tell the white man that I was cooning. Let that sink in.
That is a mic drop.
Man, I was cooning.
My brother, Mr. whatever, such and so. What's the guy name? Damn, bro, you gotta come back behind that, my nigga. Like, what you got to say, man?
So again, he just went on this whole rant about why they ain't taking this person down, why they ain't taking that down. That has nothing to do with why he was taken down. Again,
in the process, I said I was taken down. I was taken down because I was saying things. It's very simple. I was saying things that black folks had to look at themselves. There was no excuse. There was no white man. There was no mystery man. It was you. And if you want to get yourself out of the hole, you got to change you. And that ain't a message that they want to push to black folks. As long as black folks have a victim mentality, that's why we'll go around on Juneteenth and shoot each other up. Wasn't no white folks doing it. Not now white person did a thing on Juneteenth to a black person. Not one. But we still get to go around, and as your president, Joe Biden, said when he went in front of Morehouse, you know what he said? You have to work 10 times harder than a white person to get where you're going. Why would the president go and tell black graduates this? Why would he do that? In 2024, he told that lie. Your president. So that's why I got kicked down. Because just like most of y'all, whenever y'all get in a real conversation with me, see, the white man know one thing. If you want to talk about the white man and white man, I'm talking about the liberal white man. He can hear how well spoken I am. He can see that he can stick me in any room and I will be able to jump higher and run faster than him. He can see that when I get in a conversation with pretty much all of you blacks who have a problem with me, I run circles around you with not just being funnier than you, more entertaining than you, but more educated and bring more facts. You talk about kicking people off. I told you and will keep telling you. They kick me off because I'm saying something that's true. They leave King Vaughn on because he's helping push the murder rate. They leave Sexy Red on because she's helping push the whore rate, the single mother household rate, the marriageless rate. Everyone I just named to you, sir, like Dr. Umar Johnson, who's always talking about black men who bunny hopping, yet this man got kids by black women but ain't married now, one of them. Y'all ain't gonna sit up there and act like all he did was just sit up here and ramble. No. What he did was point out the fallacious attitude that people try to have, the hypocrisy, of them trying to act like I am toxic. What have I done that was toxic? You can't say it. All you can tell me is that you went and told the white man to cut my foot off, and he did, so therefore I should be embarrassed. Why did they kick you off? They kicked you off, didn't they? Okay. Why did they put you in slavery? They put you in slavery, didn't they? Why did they kill George Floyd? They killed George Floyd, didn't they? Why did they spray you with water hose? They sprayed you with water hose, didn't they? It's funny to hear black folks try to brag about what they got a white man to do when I got 400 years of shit that white men did to you. So if that's all we gonna do, let's play that game. I can tell you everything he did to me while I still live in this big ass house. George Floyd lived in that little bit ass casket.
Damn.
Emmett Till lived in that little bit ass casket. And when he went in there, he looked like he was bloated up and floated. If y'all can brag about what you got the white man to do to me, let me brag about what the white man has done to you, which is why you begging for reparations.
And you wonder why you got knocked off, right? It's because you thought.
What did I say that was wrong? Huh? Y'all listen to this and you wonder, what did I say wrong? Tell them what I said wrong.
It was harsh, but it was true.
Thank you. Tell them what I said wrong. I don't wonder shit.
You get way worse than that. That's just surface level.
No, you said, and I wonder.
Bro, you don't even got no arguments, bro. Like, goddamn.
He has no argument. And you wonder why they cut your foot off, Toby.
I got a question for him. Tommy asked you a good question. Why would the white man take off one of his coons if Tommy doing a good job cooning? Why would he get rid of his coon? For y'all.
See, again, you're making the argument that I didn't make. You said that people have said in the past that Tommy works for the white man. When have you ever heard me say that Tommy works for the white man? So don't make arguments
that's what
people who have came against Tommy made against him, because I didn't make that argument.
Isn't it?
Neither have I been a part of people flagging down Tommy.
I thought you thought he was a coon. My bad.
You got a point. I can think he's a coon. That don't mean that he's working for the white man. There's plenty coons who.
Tell us that's the definition of coon, bro.
No, it's not. Who told you that's the definition of a coon?
Coons,
you telling me a coon is a black man that works for the white man?
Yes, coons do the work
to bring down black folks.
Yes.
He's doing
so if I say somebody's cooning, that mean they working for the white man?
Yes.
He's doing the white man bidding to bring down black folks, literally.
This is news to me.
What did you think it meant?
That's crazy.
Well, it don't mean you have to. It don't mean you have to work for the white man.
No. That ain't what you think it means. What do you think it means?
This is ridiculous.
You're not going to answer a simple question. What do you think it means?
Oh, it means somebody who talks against who basically makes white talking points against their own kind.
That's doing the work for the white man, because
that don't mean you work for the white man.
Yes, because listen, bro. Listen for a second. If I tell you to go make these arguments for me because I don't want to make them, you doing some work for me.
Yes.
Again, you just said if I tell you.
If he's making arguments, listen to me. If he's making arguments, listen to me. Listen to me. And that makes it even worse, brother, because if you're out there cooning, you know for a fact, white people want to say this, but they ain't saying it, so I'm going to do it for them. You doing free labor. You doing something for them. That's what cooning is. We're not going to let you redefine it, man. Like, what's going on right now?
Y'all just define cooning as what y'all want.
Cooning is you doing the bidding of the white man, speaking white supremacy and on blackface. For lack of better words, that mean
that does not mean you work directly for the white man.
That mean you are doing the work of a white supremacist. Yeah, you're doing a job. That don't mean listen, if you try to make a citizen arrest, you're actually working for the police. Because why? You helping them do their job. If that make any sense, like, but I wanted to get you back on track because it wasn't about the word coon, man. It was about because you just went into a whole thing, and I forgot where I was even going when I said coon. Now, but
is it only the white man, Brother Sanchez? What about the other races?
Your question led me to that because you asked me why would YouTube knock off Tommy if he is working for the white man. Basically, that's what you said. You didn't say that in those exact words, but and
Okay,
that's what
let me ask you
made me
something. Do you
respond in
think?
saying
Let
I
me
never said
hold
that.
on. Wait. Do you think Tommy's message benefit white people?
The way he talks against black people, yes, it does.
And was it white people that took him off of YouTube?
YouTube had the final say so in terminating his channel or applying strikes or whatever you want to say.
So yeah, the question would be, why would white people take off a black man that is benefiting them then?
Because he violated community guidelines.
Oh, so white people arrest other white people because they violated stuff, even though the white people are working at their behest, you know, like the white slave owners who violated the Transatlantic Slave Act to not bring slaves to the United States? Or what about the white person who killed Emmett Till? Well, he broke the law. So I guess the white people should have arrested him and you know, convicted him. For you to say, because I did this, so they didn't want to do it, but I had done so wrong that they had to do it. Well, name the other ones. Name the other ones in the United States, because it seems like a lot of them, which is what we've been complaining about, that they got away, even though there were laws in place, so they shouldn't have gotten away with that. But because they were white and they were doing what other whites wanted them to do, they got away with it. We have a history of that, do we not, audience? Or am I lying?
Yeah, we definitely do.
There's a history of this. But all of a sudden, when it comes to me, they just had to obey something that, and just so y'all know, it's not a law. White people can leave whoever they want on YouTube, and they do. PewDiePie set up your names, and PewDiePie channel still exists.
Yeah. I remember when they kicked off that big black gamer Corey Kenshin and all that, and he didn't do nothing wrong. People had to rally behind that to get him back on. That happens on YouTube. It's a white guy now going viral. He got this dude taken down on a copyright strike and went live bragging that he lied about it. You saw that one? Yeah. So that happens all the time.
Well, copyright is different than a guideline.
No. Well, he's saying it. Hold on. Listen to what you when you say it's different.
It
if
is.
You my whole channel taken down due to copyright, if I make another channel, aren't I trying to do what? Circumvent that ban. See how your point? I'll go with your point, which is once they kick you off, you shouldn't be allowed to come back. Well, they can get you kicked off for anything, sir. If they got a big enough channel, they can get you flagged really quick. If they get a big contingent of people, they can get you flagged for anything. And once they get your channel off, you're fucked.
I got a lot of questions for you myself, but I want this guy to get all his smoke out. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
What the thing is there's a lot of people who've been terminated on YouTube who've created new channels, and they really have no problem continuing forward with their new platform, whatever.
You just made.
I think there's something with you and your message and the way you handle things on your platform that makes people want to make sure that YouTube knows that you're ban evading.
That's my point.
You think that's got something to do with it?
Yeah, hold on. That's my point. And just like how you were just speaking, y'all can't tell me what I said. Just like how when you started, you said, see, that's why you're not here. What you meant was simply it hurt your feelings and emotions, but none of it was hate speech. None of it was wrong. It just hurt you to hear it. So therefore, that's why I'm not here, because you and other people don't like uncomfortable facts. So you'll get together to shut down the messenger. That's you literally just said it. You couldn't tell me and still can't with all the time you've had to think since you said it, what I said that was wrong.
No, Tommy, you know how you've conducted business on YouTube, so I don't have to bring up examples.
So then don't say it. Don't say that's why then.
Yeah, you know you've been guilty.
And I said, that's why. And he said, please explain what you meant. Wouldn't I be able to tell him? Wouldn't it be shocking if I said to him, you know what you do?
Yeah,
Notice I didn't have to do that to him just a second ago. I gave him directly what he said and what it meant. He can't do it.
Sir, I asked you.
Make money though.
Look, so Tommy, I asked you earlier if you could tell us, because we're talking to the man who received the emails and all that. I asked you, why were you terminated? And you said that they basically terminated you for no reason. They never gave you a reason, which is BS. They give you reasons. Why?
You said did they give me one? If my girl left me, she left me for a reason. If she didn't answer the phone and text me back, I can't say she left me for no reason. That makes no sense. She just didn't tell me.
Right. So right. Okay. So here's the thing, right? So even if they sent you an email, right, and they said we terminated you due to harassment and bullying, right? You would then say that you weren't guilty of that. They just wanted to take you out because you're speaking things that Black people need to hear, and they don't want you pushing that message. That's basically what you would say.
Well, hold on. And ladies and gentlemen in the audience, tell me if I didn't say this. I don't know this man. I said, I will show you the emails from the channels I've had deleted because I still have those the email addresses. Did I not say that to him? So unlike him, I back up every claim I make. I have not and I would not do what he just did, and it should not be tolerated from a Black person to say to a Black person, that's why that happened to you. You know who that sound like? The Black mama that raised them. Where they can just say to you, that's why. And you say, well, why? But they can't explain it to you. But that's why you getting harmed. That's why you got punched. Well, what's why? Because I felt like it. That's it. But everything I've said to him, I've backed it up and offered to back it up farther, didn't I? And I don't know him, and I don't need to prove it to him. You know who I do it for? The audience and Black folks. So maybe we will get back to a day when, like Martin Luther King said, the content of your character, I bring the content. I bring the facts to back up the acts. Let me say this again because it needs to be on a shirt. I bring the facts to back up the acts. These people like to do things, and they don't have to tell you. You know who taught them that? They single mama. They single mama told them when you ask your mama, what'd you do? Why you do this? I'm grown. So then you couldn't wait to get grown so you could do things and never have to answer for them. Because I'm grown.
Yeah.
I don't know if you was raised by a single mother, but I was raised in a 2-parent household. My father and my mother are still together to this day. So
well, if you said it to me, then you shouldn't have been offended and tried to tell me, you know what you did. We have an audience of what now? Over 700 people watching? Not all of them know what I did. Why didn't you just tell them? I had just did something right then that you felt justified my removal. When I asked you what it was, why is it you said, you know what you did? You should have been able to throw that in my face right then. If you caught your girl cheating and she said, why you break up with me? You ain't gonna sit up there and just say, you know what you did.
Well, here's the thing. I said it earlier, and you just denied that you weren't harassing people.
That's why when I just spoke, you said that's why. When I was talking about Emmett Till, you said that's why. And so I then asked you to elaborate on it. Did I not? Sure did. And all you had to do was say, this right here, what you just said, gets you flagged because of this.
Yeah, that's what
you couldn't because you knew I did nothing wrong, which is why Brother Sanchez said to you in the context, he said it might sound harsh, but it's true.
So here's the thing: you can be flagged for that type of harsh, hateful speech, sir. If you did not know,
tell me what was hateful about it.
Okay, when I was talking about that, I was talking about that type of stuff. I wasn't talking about that specifically. But in the past, I've heard you make attacks against black women, against black people.
What attack did I make
that would
against
be
anybody
deemed
right there?
harassment and bullying.
You
sir.
got to say what exactly stated.
Yes, he won't tell y'all. What was the attack? Stop it. Talk to me like I'm an infant. If you don't want me to walk around in the world talking like I just talked, tell me how what I said was inappropriate. Tell them how it was inappropriate.
I'm talking about the past. I was when I was
that ain't what you was talking about when I was talking. You said that
and
right
I said
there.
when I said that, I was saying that's the type. When I interjected right there, when I interjected right there, I said that's that type of stuff that anti-black that make you go on anti-black hateful rants.
That was
an
okay,
that you are known for. That you are known for.
How that was anti-black.
Oh my God. So what reason did you have to speak ill of George Floyd, a man who's been dead for over 4 years, and Emmett Till? Let me know.
You were saying that because this thing happened to you, it must be correct. Me. So I pointed out all the things that have happened to blacks. And by the logic that you used, legally they were okay with doing it. They protected their own and they kept doing it. By that logic, we shouldn't have a problem with anything they did. How was that hateful?
Let me say, okay, so this is how off base your argument is. The man who killed the officer,
we could have argued its merits. You didn't say that.
Tommy,
You said it was hateful.
Tommy, the officer who was charged for George Floyd's death, is he in jail or is he not?
He just said how off. I see. You said it was hateful. Hateful is what we were supposed to be arguing. If you had argued with me that the facts weren't correct, we could have argued that, but you didn't do that.
Yeah, you got to stay on subject because
it was hateful.
I am on subject.
Because
I
listen,
am on subject.
the reason you brought up hateful was because we trying to go into what guidelines and all that. Remember?
Yep.
What exactly why they got them off?
Guidelines are much different than laws. That
he
come on, bro.
He's tripping.
No, I'm not tripping.
Said it was hateful, and I've been sitting here asking you over and over again, what did I say that was hateful or anti-black? And you can't answer a simple thing you levied. You levied the claim. You should not be able to say these things so freely if you cannot define them.
But if you showed us the paperwork from YouTube, it would be a lot easier. Transparency, Tom. You get what I'm saying? That would be way, so we'll know. The truth will know. Everyone will know. On that,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he got nothing to say. Right?
They don't tell you what these things are. They're nebulous.
Yep.
You don't even know you've stepped in until you're in it.
Yep. I'm gonna show him now. Look.
No, again,
they're gonna be like
that's not true.
I'm gonna show them. I got receipts,
when you
bro.
get a community guideline strike, they tell you what guideline you.
Look at here.
They're gonna be like the truth. You know what you did.
Now, listen.
If you
now,
open
now,
that
hold
up,
on. Now,
it
wait.
will tell you what guideline you.
Hold on a second.
You being disingenuous.
Listen, bro. Listen to me. It does tell you what policies you break. But I have gotten strikes where it don't. It just say you violated our community guidelines.
That's what I was trying to get him to say and understand. Like when you say hate speech, I just asked you to explain your claim of I was saying hate or anti-black, and you couldn't do it. And you levied the claim though. You know you wouldn't like it if your girl said to you was cheating, and you were confused when she said it, and you said, "Well, what did I do?" You know what you did. Well, no, baby, seriously, what did I do? And she couldn't tell you? Imagine if somebody put you in jail for theft and you said, what did I steal? And they couldn't tell you. They just said, you know what you did. Imagine if this was now a court. Now you're going to jail for whatever they claimed you did and they didn't have to provide any evidence. Yeah, that's what you just did. You levied 2 claims against me. I accepted them, but I said, I don't really understand the claim. Can you tell me more of where and what I did that would let me now know in the future that this is what I'm doing? You couldn't do it. So why is it? Go ahead.
So what you're doing, you're taking advantage for the fact that I don't know the exact reason you got flagged. Now, I'm only making the assumption that it was due to harassment and bullying or possibly
you make
abuse.
assumptions. Notice I made no assumptions about you. Just like you made the assumption.
So why did you? So why did you get flagged down? Don't tell me it was just they just gave you a strike. They didn't tell you nothing. Again, and what Sanchez just showed is very disingenuous. If you open up, if you open it up into the studio,
when I told you I would send you from my deleted channels, was I being disingenuous?
You haven't showed it, so you saying you would do it doesn't mean anything.
Hey, but listen,
I try to plead my case with you.
You know what?
I understand. I'm not telling you to.
You know what?
No, I tried to plead my case with you as a man because I wouldn't want you to walk around and have disingenuous information and just believe what the fuck I said to you. That's the difference between me and the rest of these people. Because I believe in giving you all the information and let you make your own choice. I don't think you should listen to me because I got a big YouTube channel, because I made a movie, because I got a big house, because I got a fine bitch. I don't believe you should do anything without the knowledge. I'm not the person who gets up and talk to you in church and just tell you where what's in the Bible. I tell you where it is and let you read it yourself and let you try to interpret it your own way. And that's what, if anybody's sitting up here watching this, tell me if that ain't what you just saw. I don't know this man. I have no reason to do it, but to build goodwill, I was willing to, and I do this on everybody I talk to. I'm willing to tell you how I got the information I got, and I'm willing to expose everything I have so you can read. You can read it how you want to. I don't want you to read it how I read it. I want you to read it how you read it, and I did that when I came up here, sir.
It's a crucial point you made about something. I want to point out something real quick with this debate here. The brother was saying that it was a reason they took your channel down, but they want to know about it till y'all told. So it's like snitching. She says it's a reason they took your channel down. You know what the reason is. Whatever the reason is, you deserve to be taken down. You broke that white man's policy. Now with George Floyd, right? The white folks said it's a reason why we had to put our foot on his neck. But we just, you see where I'm going with this? You see?
What you did, George.
You see that? Dude, that is just, I mean, it's so hypocritical because whatever reason they said George Floyd deserved that, I don't agree with it. See how that is? So whatever reason you saying, let's say YouTube took him down for a reason. I don't agree with whatever reason it is based on the fact that's the white man and they be lying on black folks, right? They always give a fake reason to take a nigga down, right? What was the reason they bombed Black Wall Street?
Say it.
Not you comparing a nigga who be pushing anti-black rhetoric versus niggas who was.
So you gonna keep on saying that about my damn name? This is the type of nigga that get.
Come on now.
I ain't no tough.
Come on now, it's not equivalent.
Keep talking about any man like that face to face. You gonna have to get your ass whooped, or you gonna have to whoop his ass. I asked
like you did Tariq. Like you did Tariq.
On my name, I haven't levied any claim on your name, sir. So don't do it to me again. You wouldn't answer the fucking question. Don't call me anti-black or anti-anything if you can't answer.
Like you whooped Tariq ass.
Sir,
I missed that part.
I agree with you.
You sure was ready to whip that black woman ass on the side of the road, though.
Put my ass, punk.
You was ready. You ain't had that energy you had for you ain't had that energy you had. Did you have the energy you had for that woman on the side of the road? That black woman on the side of the road. You was talking all crazy. You didn't have that energy for Tariq.
That's right.
You ain't had that energy for Tariq, though. Stop playing.
Try to prove to y'all a
point. Stop playing. You ain't gonna whip no nigga ass. Stop playing. You gonna call the police. You can call the police. If you can call the police, if you can call the police, then niggas can flag you. How about that?
I want to ask him a question, man. Hold up, slow down.
No, let him finish. He getting his hate out. Let
him get it out.
No, ain't gonna kill a nigga. YouTube ain't gonna kill nobody. All right, so Tommy, nigga ain't putting no death wish on you. You know what I'm saying? Them white folks could have came and shot the whole club up. You feel me? I'm just playing around.
That's what they're known for doing.
I'm just playing around.
Right.
Yeah, they is.
You're right.
Right.
You're
That's what the cop did to George Floyd. Floyd, who you was just dissing, right?
Hold on, my brother. I know you want to get it out.
He's just running his mouth. Have y'all noticed he has not stopped? anybody else to say something?
I gotta cut in real quick. This what I'm gonna do, right? I want to restart this stream. The stream is fine and everything. I want to restart and do a schedule and countdown and put Tommy's name up there and put, Tommy debates callers. But I don't know if he want to do that route. I appreciate your time.
I'll do it because I love that we got a cliffhanger right here. Like I said, he just pulled up his skirt and showed his pom-poms, and I'm gonna prove it.
Okay,
you saw your skirt.
So hold up, brother. This what we gonna do, right? Hey, Tommy, do me a favor. Email me right now because and listen, brother, because listen, I'm about to restart my computer so I can refresh everything because I don't want no problems. We finna come back in an hour and everybody with smoke starting you, my brother, on the call. Not an hour. Why the fuck did I say an hour? We finna just shut this down and come. Yeah, we finna come right back. I'm just finna restart and come right back. But the whole thing is I want to be able to give y'all the link. Appreciate you, Tommy. I'm just finna restart real quick and we finna open up and come right back. So give me like less than 5 minutes and we coming right back.
Make sure I got your emails. It talk, bro.
I feel you, the truth. I feel you, brother.
It's talk to bro Sanchez. Talk to bro Sanchez at Gmail. Yes, just send me something.
I'm responding to something that you said, so just send me the link there.
And the brother on the call now, this gonna be to be continued in 5 minutes, less than that. So we'll see y'all right back. We about